are live, friends.
Are we?
Are we?
Yes, just now. It's on.
Is
Let's
there,
see. Let's
is
see.
there a stream delay?
Aha! It is on. Good.
There is a
good.
tiny bit of delay, which is weird because I have it in ultra low latency. But anyway, people should be able to hear us
All right.
loud and clearly. So,
Yeah, it's going.
I don't see it.
Awesome.
No, just refresh.
yeah, just refresh.
Yeah.
It just started.
Yeah.
So, which is
There we
good
go.
because last time there was a bit of a no. Okay, now I don't want to say delay. I just hadn't started it within 10 minutes of the actual
Real
game.
Yeah.
So you guys might have missed some important information, which I'll include in today's introduction and recap. For those of you visiting or popping in for part 2 of this little adventure, hello. I'm Ray. In case you didn't know that, I'm your keeper of arcane lore. Instead of saying a whole sentence every time I introduce myself, I'm just going to be known as the keeper or the GM. I'm here with our wonderful array of players. How are you guys doing today? It's been a week. Anything cool happen? It's been a week. How do you
I'm in,
guys?
I'm in a barbershop.
Oh, are you talking to us?
Yes, you.
Who else did I do?
What did happen this week? I don't know if anything happened.
I'm in a barbershop quartet.
Are you?
Thank you.
And we're singing tomorrow, so.
That's great. You should live stream it.
Yes, I'll definitely. I will because
Recording.
I'm a loyal friend.
Recording is not
Okay,
allowed.
but I actually
but,
think
like,
barbershop quartets are cool.
Yeah, I
it
think
is
it's
kinda
cool.
fun. It's fun. So
Sounds like a good time.
we'll probably record it at some point. But
Yeah.
Sweet. I can actually see chat.
wow.
Hi me. Hi me.
Wow.
See guys, I know how to interact with chat.
Yes. Yes.
All right, well, you
the
were
chat. The chat that is there.
chatting with each other. I just need to make sure it works. It's not an ego boost or anything. Cool.
You got.
Well, awesome. Well, if there's nothing else that we want to talk about, then I guess we can just skip right into it with rolling skill improvements and rolling some luck. So I'm using an optional system for luck, which means you can spend your luck stats for a 1-for-1 ratios. 1 point from your luck stat will go into whatever skill check by reducing it by 1. So since we all spent luck, or you guys did, go ahead and roll a d10 and add that amount to your luck. You can go over
3.
3. Hey, that's pretty good.
I didn't catch
Well,
up to myself.
It's more
Better
than
than nothing.
the one you spent, I think. It was only
Nope.
one, right?
Oh, but ignore that one.
I spent 7.
Forgot to have edit on. So I'll be at 87 luck.
Ooh.
Nice. Hey, you got an extreme success too. That's pretty nice.
Well, like I said, just ignore that because
All right. All right. So now we'll do skill improvements. So those of you who aren't familiar with Call of Cthulhu, speaking to the audience that will be in our future,
And me.
and
me.
and you three that are in the chat, every time you succeed in a skill check, you have your automated Roll20 character sheet that you can click the box, or if you're using paper, check off the box right next to your skill. When you succeed in this skill, you basically make an improvement check, like what we did when we were making our character ages. So you roll a d100, and if you succeed, if you roll above your stat for that skill, then you can roll a d10 and add whatever you rolled for your d10 to your skill. It's like you learn from your mistakes, your experiences, your successes, what went right, what went wrong, and what to do in your future. I think it's pretty cool.
each skill or just the ones that we
Each skill that
succeeded
you check off.
So we roll D100 and what?
Yes. You roll a d100 first. If it happens to roll above what skill you have, like what's your sneak skill or spot hidden? Hayden?
Like 75, I think.
Right, so if you roll a 75 or a 76, then you can roll a d10 and add what you roll from that d10 to your spot hidden check.
Is that all our skills or just the ones that?
Just the ones that you check off and succeed in.
Okay, so we have
Back
to roll
off.
above it, so it's the
Yeah.
opposite of making like a skill check.
Right.
So I guess that makes it like.
Hey!
s-
Whoa, nice. A 77.
So
Yeah.
That's
I
pretty
roll
awesome.
So does
a
it?
D100.
Yeah.
And then I roll a
No way.
d10.
You got also a 77?
Is something wrong with the randomizer? Because we got
That's-
2 3s earlier. And
Well, I
well.
trust you guys.
All right.
That's pretty insane.
anyways,
And then we
okay, so
roll
77, and I think
d10?
I'm comparing that to my persuade skill, right? Which
Yes.
should be
It's pretty
70.
high. 70. Okay, roll a
Yeah.
D10, both you
Okay.
guys, and add whatever you roll to your 8. Dang.
Nice.
8 and 6. All right.
Mhm.
So that
becomes
pushes it up
78
to.
now.
Oops.
Dang, good rolls, you guys.
Okay,
Don't
I
worry.
see.
Don't worry, Sky. You'll
So,
get it in
like,
the future.
The
Eventually.
higher our skill
You'll get it
goes,
eventually.
the harder
Oh, no.
it gets to
Yeah.
upgrade
Hidden.
that skill.
So you
Kind of
Right.
like
what?
that.
How many skills can you roll for?
It's any number of skills,
All the ones you succeeded on.
all the ones that you succeed in, all the ones that you have checked off that aren't pushed rolls or used if you use luck points to succeed.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Sweet.
All right, guys, let's just do all the skill checks we possibly can.
Exactly.
You start-
I don't know if we
breaking-
get a choice in that. I think
I think we do.
actually
if
I
we
believe
play our
it did
cards right.
say-
You have
Well,
to,
yeah, you can try to force
Make it
yourself into
logical.
situations.
Yeah. If you start, all right, well, I'm going to listen in on every conversation, then it'll be a little bit, I don't know, just
Why
keep
not?
it realistic.
You know, just sit
I'm gonna
behind
make
the
the natural
station and
world check.
I want my cosmic horror to be realistic.
I'm going to break, okay, look, in terms of skills, so something that your character would do, right?
Shoot
Not
it.
like run into a street and try and, I don't know.
I'm rolling for gun.
I need to improve my
For
fighting
gun?
skills before we
I have a
actually
gun.
go
I
fight.
don't know.
So
how to
you
roll for
guys
that.
are just gonna go beat up random people to level up?
No, we can shoot targets. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
True. Shoot out
All right.
that neon
It's
sign.
just those targets happen to be pedestrians.
All right, well, I'm going to start with the intro. So, for those of you who missed out last time and missed out on the first 10 minutes, which it was all of you, except these 3 people here,
Whose fault was that?
I don't know. It's the cosmic universe.
I don't know,
So,
the gods, right?
The gods, yes. Last time we began at the humble town of Lochholt, Massachusetts, located just 5 miles away from the city of Boston. Despite the summer's heat, the town seems to have a bit of a rainy spell, having just rained several times just in the past week. Our investigators each received letters addressed to them by a Mr. Knott, an older, eccentric businessman who offered to pay a considerable sum to inspect an older home that he had acquired. When left to their own devices, they set out to study the house, which seemed to have a history of hauntings and is the epicenter of local legend. They discovered that the home had several previous occupants. The most recent, the Corbetts, had gone mad and are now staying at the current Roxbury Sanitarium. Some careful investigation also revealed that an old religious movement, the Church of Our Lord Granter of Secrets, had an altercation with the police, resulting in a shootout and the arrest of several individuals. Since then, however, there's been little to no later reports of the incident, as if it was intentionally scrubbed from the records. So, Sky.
Yep.
I had you make 2 library checks, one for each, basically half portion of the day. The first one, I'll say, encompassed the beginning, like the morning half of the day. It didn't take you too long to find that piece of information considering your role. The second one, and by using luck. And the second
Also
one
using luck.
took the latter part of the day. And the rest of you who had went into several locations, searched through the streets to find the postman, and are now standing outside of the news, the Lochholt papers. It is now later in the day. The sun is beginning to set. Is there anything, it's the end of the day, is there anything you guys would like to do? Meet up, perhaps? Or do you have a place to stay?
Do we?
I
don't
don't
know if we have
you
a
know.
place to stay.
There's probably a bridge or something that I might sleep under, but you
I
know.
mean, we know the owner of one of the buildings in the town.
True.
Yes. We can stay in the building. No better way to learn of any
Well, he owns the buildings next to the building.
peculiarities or whatever
Does he
the
own the
word would
buildings
be.
next to it too?
He works there. He has an office at the building,
Oh.
which he recommended you visit from time to time to give him updates.
Well, I was talking about the house.
Right, the house.
Yes.
Jeremiah, Sky,
Mm-hmm.
where does he live at the moment?
Jeremiah?
Yeah.
He lives in a small apartment in Boston.
Okay. Boston's just 5 miles away. You guys can ferry a cab over. Shouldn't be too long of a
Sure.
ride.
Well, I should have a townhouse in Boston.
Right.
Yeah.
Yours will
Probably-
be nicer.
Probably a lot nicer.
Yeah. Let's, all
Right.
of us trying to
box.
cram into
I
an
mean,
apartment.
I could stay in my apartment still.
Yeah.
Oh. I guess I'll stay in my box then.
Well,
No, I'll offer him a place to stay.
All right. Well,
Box in the living room.
the cardboard box just set up in the middle of the living room. That's excellent. So, Sky, you notice that a lot of the other patrons of the library establishment are starting to filter out one by one. You see an older librarian, big, huge owl lens glasses that make her eyes just really magnified. And as you're sitting reading with the small, slight available light that is around you as people start turning off the lights, the librarian stares at you, some shadow just cast over her face just from the natural lighting. She looks at you. I'm sorry, dear, but the library's closing soon. I'll have to ask you to leave.
all right. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's wonderful to see the youth so invested in history and culture.
Do you? Is there a way I could check out this piece of information?
You want to what? Yes, of course. Yes. Do you happen to have a library card?
Is there a way I could get one?
Yes, present 2 pieces of mail.
Well, I actually don't really know how library
That's how
cards
you
work.
get library cards. You need 2 pieces of mail showing that
You
you're from the
need-
town.
Right.
You need to
Is
have.
that how it worked in the 20s, though? Let's be real.
I don't know. I was just gonna say like fork over
Seems
like
like
$2 or so
pretty
dollars
open.
or something.
Pay for a library card.
Bribe them.
I assume that's how it works, right? There's either
No.
a residence.
Have you ever been to the
I don't
library?
know. I haven't been to the library in years.
You don't read?
No,
I feel like
it's
I'd
the
pay for
internet. Yeah,
one.
a temporary one that you can just pay for.
Okay, I can do that.
Never had to pay
It's like-
for a
It's like
temporary.
50 cents,
Hmm.
which you should be able to easily afford.
Yes, that's in my daily spending allotment.
Sweet.
And then
I would
will,
hope so. Yeah.
I'll
Unless
check
you're-
out the
How much is my daily spend?
more than 50 cents.
Sure. All right.
And I'll check out the 2 pieces of information, the 2 records containing those information that I got.
Sounds good.
And then I will try to figure out where everyone else is.
Alrighty, so you leave the establishment. The rest of you just leaving Lochholt Papers with a very disgruntled clerk holding up his wet rag to his eye. He sort of shoos you out. The lady who just came up that you had met down in the cellar comes up behind you and just actually does her job and flips the sign over to show closed.
The neon sign?
The neon no,
Just
there's like
hanging there?
there's
another
there's
one.
the neon sign, and then there's one that hangs in the door that says
Yes.
open and closed.
Yeah.
So it says closed now.
The neon sign
And then
has
she flips
the,
off the neon sign.
the building name or whatever.
Ah,
Business name.
Yeah.
just
So
thought I'd mention the neon sign again.
why
Yeah.
is everything that's happening? People die and go missing.
That's
Why,
big spider.
why is the neon sign? You know what? I don't
Hear me
question
out.
it.
Technology.
Oh my gosh, Hayden just went missing.
He died.
Oh,
Oh my
Right.
gosh. The
oh.
the universe has claimed another soul. If you breathe really loudly, we'll be able to hear you. Alrighty.
Got that?
So the two of you are standing outside this establishment. Where do you decide to go?
It was a spider. A very large one.
Oh, yeah, gone. Destroy it.
Yeah. Let's burn down the house now.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is his house.
I knew the house
Only
you
way
were
to be
staying in was
sure.
bad luck.
Oh, that's pretty big. That sounds a little bigger than a quarter.
All right, so
Where
where
are
do you
you
two go?
saying?
I was, I was saying you guys are standing outside the establishment. Is there any place you'd like to go?
Well, wasn't there somewhere we were trying to go last time? What was it?
Well, there's the
You
house
tell me.
where the old lady lives. There's that one guy's apartment that got ransacked by the cops or something.
We have the
Maybe.
There's the
sanitarium.
sanitarium.
Sanitarium. We might want to
Yeah,
go to
we
the ruined church
Needed to
at some
talk
point.
to the guy.
Richard
his name?
Gray's apartment. There's which guy?
There was a guy.
Corbett.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Was
guy
it
in the
Corbett?
sanitarium.
the
Yeah.
one that's
The one that lived in the house.
not the one that's dead now. I think.
Yeah,
but the
yeah,
one
yeah,
that
yeah.
went.
Yeah, the one
One
that
of the more
died was
recent guys.
Macario. Corbett's
okay.
at the sanitarium. At least I think Hayden talked to the guy,
Is that
I
right?
talked
Mr.
to
Dooley.
the mailman.
Mr. Dooley.
Mr. Dooley,
Yes.
the mailman.
Dooley.
Right.
A lot of info from that guy.
The mailman. Yeah. The mailman knows everything.
I mean, they gotta know a lot, right?
The mailman is eternal.
That's what you think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I should probably actually switch it to night. Blip. All right. So it is nighttime
Oh.
now.
That's cool.
Thanks.
Nice.
So, you guys hopefully should be able to see your token just a little bit better now. So,
We should
Night.
find somewhere to stay.
that would be my assumption.
If it's getting dark already.
You also know that, or at least to your knowledge, you don't know where he's been since, but earlier in the day after your talk with Mr. Knott, Jeremiah, one of your associates, had left to the library. You haven't seen him since.
Have you seen Jeremiah?
No, we do remember, he went off to the library. We never really made a plan to, meet back up anywhere at any time.
Hmm. We might need to go to the library then.
Yeah, around that area.
Well then. And then I'll just start walking.
All right. Towards
I'll
the
start
library.
looking.
Wherever that is.
That would be down here,
There.
down there.
Yes.
And let's just
Whoa.
see.
Cruising.
Takes you a good 25 or so minutes, ducking and weaving through the midnight traffic. So you all meet up. Just as Sky is getting escorted out of the building, you see him at the top of the steps. The lights remain on beside the two lion statues, and you all meet up.
Hi. How were you all successful?
Yeah, I think we found out some things.
A few things.
Yes. Yes, we can talk about it later. I think right now we just need to find somewhere to rest for the night, of course.
Yeah.
So I might be heading back to, my home over in Boston for the night, but I'll be sure to be back here first thing in the morning.
I also stay in Boston.
I have a box.
Well, you don't have to stay in a box. You could crash at my place for the night.
Oh, really? That'd be fantastic.
That's my pleasure.
All right. So, Bryce, or would you have like a paid driver?
I haven't decided.
How wealthy are we talking? Okay.
I mean, he has his own car. I think he would drive himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your automobile skill?
Let's check that out. I know it's not 0 because I actually did put some points in it.
Good.
Yes.
Drive auto.
Yeah,
Where was
drive
that at?
auto would be. It's right
Okay.
beneath
It's
dodge.
35, so I'm not
Okay.
a great driver, but
Okay.
You're
Yeah,
a little
you-
I
bit
can
better than me.
operate the vehicle.
Yeah,
Mine is 20, so
Mine's
yours is
30.
in the back seat, you've looked
Oh.
over and you've seen him work the wheel. You know how it turns left when he turns left and turns right when he pushes it right. And there's like a gas pedal or two that makes it go forward and stop. So you know some stuff. It's not nothing.
Well, how did I get here?
You were
I assume
driven,
I drove.
and
I was driven.
yes, you were driven, and
Like a taxi, or? Wow.
up to you. You can choose to take your driver, or if, or
You said
there
it-
is taxis here that you can hail, and they're working at night. You can see some of them being.
Let's say maybe it makes more sense if I had a driver.
Okay.
And he's just kind of been staying with the car the whole time.
All right. There is a Boston taxi service, so I leave the option up to you.
Yeah, but why would I leave my car here?
Fair enough.
Yeah, it checks out.
All right. Well, if you're trying to find a taxi, I'd like you all to make luck rolls.
Nah, I'm taking my car.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I would offer to also have them ride with me.
All right.
Let's see.
So-
I'm gonna roll D100. If it's less than 40, then we live in the same part of town.
Okay. 69.
It's a good number, though. It's a good number.
Nice.
Nice. This is what we're here for. Alrighty. Oop! I just bumped my mic.
So you might have to go to the other side of town in Boston for me.
That's fine.
If you drop me out.
Did you drive yourself or Bryce?
Me?
Yeah.
I think I decided that I'd had a driver,
Okay.
but he drove me in my car.
All right. Your car, is safely in a garage
Yes.
at the opposite end of town. Your driver actually lives in Lochholt. He moved here just a couple months ago, but he drives to Boston to help cater. He drives there very early in the morning, but you pay him a reasonable sum to ferry you around.
Does he have his own car? I kind of thought I would have kept my car in Boston, and I don't care.
You're right.
It magically works out.
He has his car that he drives to. Go
Because,
home.
I'll take my own car out every once in a while, but...
You're right, it's special. Okay, yeah. So your driver lives here. And he's
Lochholt.
currently staying here in Lochholt, yes. He's been here for about a month. So really not that
Right.
long?
Whatever works. Long commute, but,
Yeah,
economy.
5
5
miles isn't
that
that
5 mile
long.
isn't,
Yeah.
isn't
That's
little
actually
bit
a
of a
pretty
drive.
short commute.
5 miles?
That's probably a little too short, but details.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right. It wouldn't be that long.
We're basically on the edge of town.
We're pretty much a suburb of Boston.
Right.
at that
I guess that's probably good. I had it in my head that Lochholt was at least farther away,
We just didn't want to pay taxes to Boston, really.
it is a couple of a hilly area, so it might be farther.
Maybe.
Separated by a bunch of hilly
Windy
lands-
roads. Yes,
windy
this,
roads.
this landscape of
It's
Boston.
5 miles if it was a straight line.
Yeah,
You can't
Michigan.
go straight line.
Michigan. No. It's Massachusetts, not Michigan.
Where am I thinking of?
Boston, Michigan.
I think
Boston,
it's somewhere.
Michigan.
It's not Boston. I'm thinking of some other city.
A popular one?
Yeah.
You're right. I think I think,
The other Boston.
No,
I think
no,
in the
no.
realm of the game,
Detroit?
5 miles
Detroit.
might be a little generous, but who knows? In any
Okay,
case,
we're
in any case, your
doesn't
driver
matter.
lives here, specifically at these apartment complexes towards the southwest edge of town, right here.
That's cool, but
This
I
is one
do
of the
still
buildings.
feel like my character would prefer his own house.
Okay, I mean your driver's there.
Well, yes.
you can access
Did he
him.
park over there? Is that where he's at?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll head on over. Try to get my driver to
Okay.
He's
do
dead.
driver things.
Oh, he
better
was
not be.
murdered. Okay. There's a clerk working late. Obviously, she's at the desk. She's flying through a number of papers, signing and checking address books and whatnot. Who needs to pay? Who doesn't? She looks up at you as you all enter through the double glass doors. Ah, is there something I can all help you with?
By the way, what time is it?
It's like, say 9ish.
9.
About
Seems
9.
kind of rude to like wake up my driver.
He's
You're
your
like,
driver.
It is
Hey,
What he
buddy.
does.
It is summer, so there is just a smidge of daylight left.
Ah, it'll be fine.
So
You're rich. You don't care what he does
Well,
outside
I'm not
of driving you around.
that rich. But yeah, I guess
Sure.
I'll. Yeah, I guess I'll ask. What's my driver's name?
what
do I
is
do?
your driver's name?
Julio.
Yes.
Julio.
Julio.
All right,
No,
man.
no, no, no.
That's
that
not his
won't be
actual
it.
name. It's just
Uh,
from that.
Something super generic, but still drivery.
Winston.
Yep, that's a driver name.
He's
Winston.
driver. Adam Driver.
Driver. All right, putting that down in so what is it, Winston? Winston
Winston
Driver.
Smith. That will be his name.
Winston Smith.
And he is 30.
Sounds
All
like
right.
a British blacksmith.
My name is Winston Smith. Okay, Winston
Checks out.
Smith with a Y, just to be
No.
exotic.
No, it's boring. Winston Smith. All right.
Boring Winston
He's
Smith.
never
All right.
gone on an adventure in his life. He had 2.5 children, because that's the average.
That's the average. You're
What
right,
was
I
the
guess, for
average
this time
number of
period.
children?
Are you sure we want him driving us? Never went on an adventure in his life.
how's it going?
Only had the most generic, boring life ever.
Yeah, you'll never
Probably
betray.
due for a midlife crisis at some point.
Well, he's 30. He's not 40. Another
Due
10
for a
years.
midlife crisis at some point.
Not yet.
I think, what was it? I think in the 40s, it's like minus 10 or something to strength, dexterity. He's not doing too good, so driver he is. Okay, all right. So you
3.17 children for 1920.
0.17?
0.17 of a child.
He just has an infant that never grows up.
What was it? The case of Benjamin Button or something?
Something
Yeah.
like that.
All right. Well,
An infinite
you ask
who-
him by name,
infant
and
never
shortly
grows up. Isn't that just a dead infant?
and
We're not gonna
Whoa.
discuss
and
the
shortly he arrives downstairs. He's tucking in he's straightening his tie a little bit, fixing his cap. He does look pretty tired. But he wipes one eye, fits his glasses over. He looks at you. Messy brown hair that he has to sort of shake aside out of his eyes. Hello, boss. You needed me?
Yeah, sorry to bother you. If you
Oh, it's
were
fine.
Going to bed. Well,
need
you know,
me to drive
me
you back?
and, is anyone else with me? The other two?
Yeah, I'd say
yeah.
they're with you.
Yeah, it's me and my friends. I'll need you to drive us into Boston so we could rest for the night.
So that you, right, all right, yeah,
Right, yes.
yeah, yeah, all
Yes,
right.
that's where I live.
Yes, of course, yes. All right.
And
Follow me.
course.
Takes you. He leads you out of the apartment complex, behind one of these buildings. Which a lot of these buildings are more just generalized, so there's probably a lot more. There's probably a lot less buildings and structures that aren't applicable to the sake of story. I didn't draw because I figured leave it up to the theater of the mind, and it was just easier that way. So behind this building, there's a long set of garages for those who can afford cars and bikes and things. He takes you back, and he unlocks the door with a key, pulls open the handle, and the door goes flying upwards. There you see his car, and all right, he turns to you all. Back's a little bit messy. It's where I keep my clothes, but actually, it's an open roofed vehicle. He leans in, takes out just a bundle of clothes, and just tosses it aside. I'll clean it up later. Come on in. And he sits in the driver's seat.
His car, or
It's his
I thought
car.
he was gonna take my car.
He ferries you
it
around
wouldn't
in
really
Boston
make sense,
with your
would it,
car.
if his car and your car were both here.
Okay,
He
so
drives
just
home
drive
with his car.
car to your
my
house.
car.
Have your
Okay,
car
whatever.
drive you to
That makes
Lochholt,
sense. Yes.
drive back to your house, get his car, and then come. Why don't you just let him use your car as his car?
That's what I thought was gonna be.
I figured it'd make more sense because, like, your car, your pride and joy, you bought it, and leaving it up to some stranger to take home every night is kind of weird.
Well,
Up to you,
no.
though. It is your...
Driver.
Okay.
Do you want
So-
him to drive your car
No.
around?
His car is here. Let's say my car is just back in Boston. That makes sense.
You
Right.
bought him a slightly
While
worse
he's
car.
in
No,
he's
he
in
bought his-
Boston, while he's in Boston, he uses your car and ferries you around more for, you know,
Well,
it's
then
your
how
car,
did I
your
get
thing.
here?
Well, he leaves his car there when he's driving, so
So
he
his
just basically
car is
he
in
basically
Boston,
switched
my car is
cars.
here.
and drove you with him to Lochholt, which is where he was anyway.
We
Whatever's
don't really need
happening.
to deal with
In
the
any case, you're in the
details,
car now.
technically.
I'm tired of this conversation.
Me too. Thank you. In any case, you're in the car now.
A car. Somebody's
Yes.
car.
In a car, his car,
Sure.
and you're all in. Okay, he begins backing up, and in a matter of minutes, you're.
Immediately fails his drive check. And we all die.
I am
Yeah,
curious
does he make a
though.
drive check?
Hold on.
Not
Because he's an
necessarily
NPC, not really.
death.
I mean,
All right.
He's got to
He
be
didn't
better than
punch
at driving
anyone.
than Bryson's character.
Well,
if
either
he's
way,
a
he rolled a
driver.
35. He didn't need to roll because he's an NPC under my control. But he rolled a 35. That succeeds anyway. So you're back at Lochholt. Oh, not Lochholt, Boston. Specifically at your home. Bryce, if you'd like to describe what your home looks like.
Ah, yes. I know what the average townhouse looks like.
Ha! Now who has details to explain? So,
So, I mean, it's well in, like, the middle of the city. So you know how, like, you have those streets and the buildings all, like, just right next to each other. They all kind of look the same, right?
yeah.
It's something like that. I'd say it's nice. It's rather, just a small little building, kind of wedged in between two businesses, and it's made of brick with, it's 2 stories.
How very generic sounding.
Yes. I didn't look up what townhouses look
That's
like.
fine. We don't have to go into too
I live in a
much into the
townhouse,
details.
We don't want to go into too much detail, but then someone from Boston will be like, I know that area. There's no townhouse there.
1920s Boston.
Some historian from Boston's going to be
Maybe.
like, I know that area. There was no townhouse there.
It doesn't have to be anything too specific. Obviously, we can skip the more minute details and just leave it up to the imagination.
Yeah, but it's a little 2-story house, made of brick, and it's got, I'd say, like, 1 window on the bottom floor next to the, and that's like a big window, and then like a small window in the kind of the, they have the little, like, point, with some houses. It's right up in there. If that
Okay.
makes sense.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Sweet. All right. You walk inside. It's very, as you left it, but very comfortable, very modest. Obviously showing a bit more of an air of wealth than what your comrades are used to on a daily basis, but it's your home. If you want to add any description, you can. Otherwise, I assume there's accommodations for multiple people. If not, what would you like to do?
The downstairs. There's a little bit of a sitting area and then like a kitchen table, right? With the kitchen. Uh, it's not separated at all. It's just like one room. The other,
All right.
there is like a small let's say like a supporting wall, right, going through the middle, and then attached to that there will be stairs going up into the upstairs, kind of like just in the middle. So imagine like
You know where it is. You know where it is.
you could go in a circle.
Yeah.
Right.
You've seen those houses before, right? Where they got like the stairs and the wall in the middle.
Yeah.
And they got the different rooms, right?
Mhm.
So you got that, and upstairs, it's the walls are sloped with the roof, right?
Mhm.
In that kind of style, and it's a
Ooh,
quaint
interesting.
little bedroom and just the one bedroom because I live by myself, and there's a bathroom upstairs as well in his own room.
Sweet.
It's got nice good mattress. Standard living room and upstairs bedroom stuff with wooden furniture, like that's stained kind of an orangish color, and
All right. Sweet. Thank you. Alrighty.
sure, right?
So, Winston, as you all filter inside, breathe a nice breath of fresh air as you enter into your familiar establishment. Winston takes off his hat, yawns, and he turns. Was there anything you needed, sir? Anything else?
Well, that's all. Actually, Jeremiah, weren't you going to head somewhere else?
I can just walk. It's not too far from here.
Nah, I insist. I insist.
He insists.
All right then. Yeah, and then I'll tell him whereabouts I live, which is probably about like 4 miles away.
All
I
right.
just sat down.
All right. So you're
And
going.
once you drop him off, Winston, you
Yeah.
can go home for the night. But I'll need you to be back here, up and early.
Usual time, sir.
Yes,
Right.
What time is that?
6 o'clock,
Okay, I'll be here by then.
of course.
Did you need me to wake up earlier to fetch Mr. Jeremiah?
I can. I have my own means of transportation here.
All right. Good night, sir. Mr.
night, sir.
Jeremiah, come with me.
Alrighty.
And
And
what
I'll tell him where I
about this? He sort of whispers into into you, Mr. Patterson. This less well-to-do folk. What's his business?
He'll be staying with me. Don't you worry.
Are you sure? He looks the
Don't
grabby
worry
type.
about it.
Nah, it'll be all fine.
I can't refute that. I am the grabby type.
You see him very sort of narrows his eyes at you and then nods and then turns with Jeremiah in tow. Get in his car, follows you to where you basically give him directions, end up at your place.
Yes.
Since the group isn't there, if you want to, you can describe what your flat looks like. If not, then we can just skip to the morning.
I will a little bit. So it's just like a studio apartment. It's got pretty much everything that Jeremiah has ever seen had a problem with in Boston with photo evidence. He has a small room that doubles as like a photo processing room. And as he enters his apartment, he's going to take pictures of the pages that he found today, and put them in that put the photos in that room to to develop.
Okay.
But it's a really small apartment. It doesn't have a driveway or anything like that. It just has a bike that's locked up outside his front door. So
Sweet. Everything is as you left it. Some parts a little bit more dusty. Undeveloped photos are a little bit more developed. Everything's nice and homey. So, I think it's safe to say that we skip till morning.
Well, is there anything I can use sleight of hand on?
If you'd like to, we can do.
I'll
do
be
this.
watching.
Okay.
Oh, I have a really good sleight of
Yeah.
hand.
As they close the door, as Jeremiah and your what's his name, Mr. Smith leaves. It's very quiet in this room, and there's a hobo in your living room. So, is there anything you'd like to accomplish in this time before we skip to morning?
Look for change. I'm
Make.
gonna spot hidden on change.
Let me look at the
I'll
skills.
turn
Yeah.
to him like, now don't get any bright ideas, all right?
No bright ideas.
Now I'll
None
be
in my
sleeping
head.
downstairs, but,
Give me a spot hidden check if you would.
Already did.
spot hidden. Can I make like some kind of counter roll?
Not to my spot hidden.
Well, to see if I notice.
Give me.
him.
I
He
think
hasn't
it's.
saw anything yet.
I
He
think
just
it's.
saw it.
I think it's psychology to study a person's intentions. So give me a psychology roll.
Oh,
Well-
that's what that is? That's what it does?
I think so. It's like to study. It's basically like.
Ah,
What's,
There's also psychoanalyze.
I think it's psychoanalyze. I'll look at this
Uh,
notes.
I have a 1 in psychoanalysis,
book.
but I have
I
40
also
in
have one
psychology.
psychoanalysis.
So,
I
I
could have
will
sworn I
look at
put
it.
more in psychoanalysis, but I guess I didn't put anything at all, actually.
my psychology is very good, actually.
Yeah, psychology is the study. It allows the user to study an individual and form an idea of another person's motives and character.
Oh, what's
Psychoanalysis.
psychoanalysis?
By psychoanalysis,
I think it's like the more
um,
advanced version of that, I guess.
it says
The
a lot
cooler
about
psychology.
Like first aid versus like
psychotherapy.
Oh.
And
Okay.
it looks
So it's like
like
if you were a doctor.
it's like
That-
I think
that's probably what you use to help people get over madness.
yeah, that's what it says. You can make a check once per game month. You can basically make a D100, and if you succeed, you can regain the patient sanity
A
points.
month
like
of
1 d3.
therapy.
A whole month.
Right.
Well, it says once per month, so you can get it done like 5 minutes, but you have to wait next month for your next therapy session.
Anyways, Irvin failed on the psychology roll.
And you can use luck or push it if you'd like.
No.
You push yours, I'll push mine. I'll win that game.
Well, you've already succeeded. I don't think I'll count it since you've already succeeded.
Well, I'm not gonna push it. It doesn't.
Okay, so you get ready. It's been kind of a long day, quite humid, and you're ready for a night's sleep. You do see Hudson start to turn around and look around, but you guess that he's more looking for a place to stay. But he is a hobo nonetheless, so you probably should set up some sort of boundaries with him.
Yes. I wasn't prepared to really have any guests tonight. There's not really an extra bed, but I do have a couch that I would say, is quite comfortable. You can sleep on there for tonight.
That would be fantastic. It's been a very long time since I've slept on a couch.
I
wasn't
kind of
left out in
like
the
chuckle
street.
awkwardly. Well, anyways,
Well,
Right.
good.
Yeah.
Good night. Thank you for the hospitality.
I just kind of awkwardly go upstairs. Just like,
Do I spot any change?
nah.
I'm actually going to Discord you what you find because I guess Bryson would know what's missing. I'll privately Discord it to you, but if you can succeed by next morning, a spot hidden roll or something like that, then you'll know what's missing. You probably wouldn't be able to memorize every minute detail unless that's
Sure.
a character thing. So, Hayden,
Hmm.
hold on. Where's the ambiance? Why is nothing playing? Indoor theme. So the indoor noises now. Sweet. Spot. All right. In the interim, is there any other nightly rituals you guys attend to?
No. No. I don't know about you guys.
Okay. All right. If that's all, then we can switch to morning. So, you're each. So you end up. So
Sounds good to
Jeremiah,
me.
you wake up relatively early enough, before 6 o'clock, I believe, before Bryson's driver gets there. So you end up there. He drives to your estate. Do you want him to take his car or your car? He drives there in his car, and your car
Am I
is
not
in
gonna
your
notice
driveway.
stuff stolen from my?
You can. I was gonna ask after, but go ahead. Make a
Don't
spot
worry, I
hidden roll.
failed to steal it.
And don't forget any skill that you guys succeed in. Don't forget to mark it down in your character sheet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I need to be doing more skills, honestly.
Mark. Yeah, on the left of each. Dang it! On the
If you
left of
want-
each skill, there's a thing you can mark.
The little circle, yeah.
The circle. Have I succeeded at all yet?
No,
It doesn't look like it.
Not this session.
If
only
you want
one
to
person
make,
succeeded so far, and it's been the same roll twice.
if you want to make skill rolls, give me a reason why your character would make said roll, and then I'll let you make it.
Can I make a photography roll to make sure my pictures develop of the articles that I found?
Photography doesn't.
It's an art
Photography
craft
would be
roll.
like. What
I have
Picture
art
what
craft
pictures-
photography.
What
Yes.
pictures would you have taken?
So I took pictures of handout 2 and 3,
Okay.
and I want to make sure they end up legible when I develop them.
Okay. Not too much difficulty there, since, you are an avid investigator. Yeah, sure. Go ahead
Avid?
and give me avid. Is it avid or avid?
Avid.
I've never
It's
Avid.
avid.
It's definitely
Avid?
avid.
77?
I didn't
See,
succeed.
this is why you go to the library.
I'm a push it.
Why?
I'm a push it.
Pronunciation, they don't tell you how to...
I'm a push it.
You're gonna push it.
Oh
Oh,
man,
no!
you are a bad
Okay.
photographer.
Okay,
Hey.
so they're
You use
not...
luck points. I don't know.
They're not fully... You can't put luck into push rolls, unfortunately. It's like,
Yeah.
it's luck or nothing.
I'm not
So-
wasting time.
Even
So-
if he had the full 75, he could have it at the beginning. He wouldn't
It's
have made either.
been a day. It's been a day. They don't look like they fully developed. And as you go to take them off, like the little, what are they called? Clothespins that hang up on string to let them dry out. As you go to undo one of them, it slips from your hands. And as you try to grasp at it, it falls into a bucket of water beneath, and both the pictures become ruined.
Shoot. All
Sorry.
right. I mean, it's all right.
Our first failed push roll. So, in the
There'll be
future,
more where that came from.
more where that came from. Let this be a warning to those in the future. Pushing can lead to very
Jeremiah
bad things.
is never gonna have a skill increase. Just watch. But
So-
he'll hop on his bike and bike over to.
I don't think you get skill increases on push rolls, do you?
No, you don't.
You don't.
Because it's like a
Um,
form of luck. You're like,
Yes.
Yeah.
so anyway, so you all arrive at his home pretty relatively early in the morning. Irvin, you look around, very suspicious. You coming down. It doesn't
Mighty
look
dusty in here.
exactly. Nothing looks to be taken exactly. Everything looks like it's in the same spot, and you do see a sleeping Howard Hudson on the couch, kind of dirtying it up a little bit.
Howard, how did you sleep? I'll
Quite
kind of
well.
like,
Very
if
well.
he's not already awake, I'm kind of like pushing on him already.
Push me off the couch.
No, just
You
kind
feel a
of pushing
couple
on his
nudges.
arm, right?
Pushed off the couch, like wipe it clean.
Lint roller.
It was quite great. Best I've slept in years at this point, I think.
Well,
It's
I'm
been so
glad.
long.
It's been quite a while since I've really had any guests over, so pardon any mess.
Well, it's no messier than the streets.
Ouch.
Anyways,
All right. Well, you hear a knock on your door early enough in the morning.
that must be him.
Ouch.
Well, guess we should get going. As I kind of.
Sure. And
It's
the
me?
drive. Yeah, it's you. And then he shows. It's early enough. You have to get there before him. So
Yeah.
you're wiping. You're a little disgruntled after ruining the. I don't think you guys have actually shared the information yet, so you could probably do that along
Sure, we
the.
have to. We just got. We know on the
No.
drive. We know on the drive.
We could do it on the drive into.
We no longer have those handouts.
For all intents and purposes, I'll let you keep them, but you don't
They
have
were
them
just
physically.
copies.
Yeah.
Mr. Patterson,
Memorize
is there a place
information.
I can lock up my bike?
Sorry, what?
Is there a place I can lock up my bike?
Well, I suppose you could put it in the garage right next to my car.
Okay.
That's
Alright.
I'll kind of lead him to it.
All right.
I will.
Right there. You lock it
It's
up.
not in the best shape, but it
I
functions.
could use a bike.
How are you gonna get away with? I mean, okay, I know how you're gonna get away with it. How are you gonna do it?
Sleight
stealthily?
of hand a whole bike.
All right. Suspiciously
I throw a
shaped.
stick through the spokes.
Just
That's a skill check.
fall over.
But
All right. It's not too long after he shows up that your chauffeur, I didn't want to say servant at all, but Mr. Smith comes over. He knocks on your door. I assume this is after you're showing him where your garage
Yeah,
is, putting his bike away. Mr. Patterson, here as requested, would you like me to take your car today or mine?
how about we take my car today? It's
Of
been
course.
a while since I've taken a ride in it, and I'm quite fond of it.
Of course, it's a beautiful
then
car.
we'll stay out till late again, so he has to drive.
He gets
back
in the
to-
driver's seat, and you all filter in, and he starts the car. I'm actually quite interested to see what he'll roll. Okay, he with some difficulty he starts the car. Oh, come on.
Be careful
Sorry,
with
sir.
it.
I know. Sorry, sir. I'm sorry. And
car.
it starts again after a few moments, a few worrying moments, but the car starts, and you begin the drive to Lochholt, Massachusetts.
So, what did you find at that library?
Oh,
You're
Lost in thought, wind hitting your face.
just so mad about those photographs.
I discovered this bit of information, and I'll share the information about the Macarios, Walter and Martha Ann.
Well, that is interesting.
So it seems other people, the house seems to have passed through a lot of hands.
Yes. Might be something weird about it.
I mean, it's
I mean,
almost like
probably
it's
just
cursed.
yeah, probably just people's superstitions makes them see things. You know how it is.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that sort of thing, but well, here we are.
What have you all found?
What handouts were ours?
Mine was 2 and 3.
2 and 3.
I guess share whatever handouts we have.
Some of the information from the Lochholt papers. That's right. So that confirms his information about people moving into the house. So it was So at first it was a family of French immigrants in 1880, and then which there were some mysterious violent accidents. involving the family that lived there, and no, then it was vacant for a long time. Uh, Another family became ill. Someone else went mad. So there is a very violent history around it, which
So it's interesting because it says that it was initially built. Let's see. I think some of your actually not necessarily. No, the dates aren't off. I'm just looking at them. I think the family name in the handout one, it says in 1918 a third family of the Macarios. Is that one actually
In 1880, it's or what was the question again? When it was built?
It says in 1835 on handout, a prosperous merchant built the house, but immediately falls ill and sells it to a young couple named
Yes.
Martha and Walter Macario. And in handout 1,
it says in 1918 the Macarios
Oh,
moved
wow,
in.
yeah, look
So
at
I
that.
think that's the more recent family. What's that? The one in the what's his name? The guy in the
what happened to Corbett.
Corbett. That's the one I think it is
Yeah,
supposed to be.
Corbett's the most recent.
Because he's the most recent. So I think he's the one that.
And the
moved
Macarios in
1918.
1918.
Well,
But
Macarios are before that.
Macarios are in 1835.
Yeah, they're
No,
before the French family.
This is
Yeah.
right here.
Handout 2.
Handout 1,
1835.
1918.
Handout 2,
a third fa-
1835. Macario was 1835.
Yeah.
1835.
So because that's handout 2 is all about the Macarios, 2 and
Well, no. Handout 1 says in 1918 a third
Handout
family.
1 has an error.
3. Yes, that's what we're talking
An
about.
error.
Yes, because
What
2
is
and
this?
3 are both about the Macarios, but they're earlier dated than all of handout 1.
Seems like we have some confusion of information.
I think the DM is fixing it.
No?
Perhaps the
Or not.
As
record.
in handout 1, 1918, it's not
Well, these
supposed
are
to be the
different
Macarios,
families.
It's supposed to be
2 different families of Macarios.
Corbetts.
The Corbetts are before. The Macarios are 1918. But before
There's
18
another family of Macarios.
there was a couple more families after the Macarios that had moved in.
There's Walter Macario, and then there's a family of Macarios in 1918.
Well, yeah, it was you guys had
1918
discovered
versus
a paper.
1835. So there's 2 different Macario families.
No, I don't think so.
Well, that's what we're
well,
talking about. 'Cause
Handout 1 and
handout
2 are
2
contradictory.
1 and 2 have contradicting statements about Macario families, unless there's 2 different Macario families.
Unless that's like the point. I don't know.
And handout 3 also points out that
Walter and
Macarios
Martha.
are the 1800s instead of the 1900s.
Yes, that's what it says.
Yeah.
In fact, there doesn't seem to be any mention of Corbett,
Oh.
actually.
I think you're right. I think
At least-
that's what I was fixing last session. So it should be Corbett. That's the
Well, I
most
thought
recent.
it was Corbett, and you changed it.
Well, Corbett's the name of the person that was living before. So, or wait, no.
Like most recently.
So it
it's
should be Corbett's that was 19 or 1835.
Okay.
Corbett
So are
was
the Macarios the
original.
ones in the I don't know what it's called. Mental hospital?
The
Sanctuary?
Roxbury
Sanitarium.
Sanitarium. They are the Corbetts. So the Corbett's the most recent one, and Macario is the Macarios are the old ones, right? So I just
Yeah.
got it mixed up.
So
just-
is the
Thank you for letting me know. I'm
You're
sure
welcome.
as we
Temple of
speak.
Contemplation and the Church of Our Lord and Granter of Secrets, is that a really old organization or is it a really new one?
It's
As it says, they executed the will of Walter Macario, which would mean 1800s, but there was a police raid, and that was supposed to be more recent, correct?
that one's more recent, yeah.
That's right.
So does that mean that the church has been around for a while? Or was it?
There should be information about the church.
So there's no date in Hint 07, but it does say he escaped prison in 1917.
Did they not execute the will until?
Well, we don't know when he died.
Is it supposed to be Corbett's will?
Well, Corbin's not dead.
Oh yeah, he's not dead. Then.
Well,
Which handout is that?
Handout 6 is the will one, and handout 7 is the one we're using to see the 1917 when Pastor Michael Thomas was arrested and sentenced and escaped. Wait, he was sentenced to 40 years.
40 years, so he was very old in 1917 when he escaped. So they did the will before, and that's when the religion was, free to do whatever they wanted. And then something happens, a huge altercation, and then people died, people were arrested. He was one of them, and then in 1917, this old guy escaped.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just don't have records of when the altercation happened.
Yeah, most of them were, to your knowledge, was expunged.
wait,
or
which
missing.
altercation?
The one
shootout
with the
between
church.
the
raid?
church,
Yeah,
the raid
on the church. On the church.
Yeah, no information on when that happened.
Yeah, we just know that like 50
guy
people
was
died.
arrested.
Yeah.
40 years.
Oh, 54
okay.
members were arrested.
That's right.
Yeah. So.
Well, I suppose. And I'll talk about that. Yes, there was an unreported, very violent raid on the church. There's no mention of when it happened, but see, I have no idea why they wouldn't put this in the paper, but it was just an unreported story. Now, Jeremiah, aren't you a reporter or something?
I'm aspiring to be a reporter.
Doesn't that seem odd to you?
Yes. I mean, I believe in information being shared. So it's odd that it's almost the opposite happening here.
Right, it's probably the most exciting thing that's happened in this town. From the looks of it. I don't know. Howard, how long have you been here in Lochholt?
How long have I been here?
You would have
Not
came in
too
here
long.
relatively recently. You were mostly in
Yeah.
Boston.
Yeah, because I came in on train and found the local town. I've only been a few months.
I thought you had been living here.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I've just been going around the country, and it happened to be where I settled for a while longer than most.
Okay, so you haven't been here for that long, so I guess we're all on the same page with that. I don't really. Well, anyways, we shouldn't worry too much about that, but maybe keep that in mind when we do go see the house today. Any weird artifacts, because involving this church, we may need to.
We may want to even. The church is still around.
It is.
Is it? I thought it was.
It's run down, but it's still around.
Well, the building is still there.
The building is still around.
Yeah, not Biggs. Who was it? The guy. Dooley had let Hayden know that.
Yeah, but the pastor
The church was still up there.
is still around. Maybe
The pastor escaped prison.
Who knows where he is now? This is a couple years after the fact that he escaped.
Yeah.
There was also the apartment that was ransacked. Richard Gray.
Right, yeah, you guys did hear about that.
And then the old lady who lives by the lake.
But, there's no houses by the lake.
They're shacks.
Are there?
Apparently.
Yeah, she goes to check
like that.
on the house.
Yes, you see it on the map, but your character would probably know nothing about it.
Yeah. You're right.
Wait, what?
What's up?
Oh, I see it.
Well, is there anything else we would need to know before we? Looks
You
like
and
we're
your
about
colorblindness.
I mean, there's places we
Making
can
fun
go.
of my
But
disability.
do we want to travel together?
It's an enhancement.
Or
It makes you cool.
How?
Well,
It doesn't.
as thorough as I like to be.
He's
for
trying
some
to build
matters,
you
I
up,
do
man.
It
Take the
doesn't help.
compliment.
No.
Sorry, what's up?
As thorough as I think we should be when investigating this house, I don't really care that much about Lochholt. I don't know about you, Jeremiah or Howard.
the stories intrigue me, I have to say.
Well,
There's more to it than just, well, I tend to get dragged into a good story, and there seems to be one surrounding this house that's not being told.
Well, there's something strange going on in this town.
maybe I don't like to interfere with people's weird business.
Then what's it there for?
Well, to not be interfered with, but I guess that's just where we differ on that. Are we there yet?
Yeah, this happened during the drive, but you're right. You guys are there, and you're right at the front of town where he drops you off. Sir, Mr. Smith turns around in his car. I'm going to take this to the garage.
Of course.
Meet
Thank you,
me
Winston.
at the apartments, and when you're ready, let me know.
Of course. I'll give him a tip.
Yeah, he extends his hand like a, what was it? I think it's choreographed is the word. Like a performance choreographed, right? You slap him some money, and he nods, tips his hat, and drives off. You are now left to your own devices. Where would you like to go?
So we have options. If we can go explore the church, we can
Yeah.
explore. We can go talk to.
There's church. Library has a lot more stuff.
I say we go see the old church.
Okay, we could also go talk to Mr. Corbett. I don't know if we would have
If
access to the
he's-
sanitarium.
Would he have anything useful to say if he went mad?
I mean,
You never
sometimes
know.
that's the most useful things to say. Aren't people are mad?
Well, yes.
They have hardly anything to lie about.
I don't think they'll be too accepting of my kind.
I'm sure you'll be fine. But
Alrighty. So,
I think.
where are we going?
Well, I was saying we should go to the
Snoop around the church?
church. Yeah,
All right. And it's close. So if we have extra time, we can go talk to Mr.
of course.
Corbett.
Orbit's up here a ways.
Yeah,
it's
he's
off
like-
map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just bring my
It's a
bike
good
next time.
30 or so minute drive.
It would help to have a car.
Yes. Luckily, we have someone who knows someone who has a car. So,
Ooh,
technically, it's
That
his
just
car.
drove off.
I've got a bike.
He didn't drive off. He went to the garage where he would be staying.
Oh.
Anyways. Yeah, let's all go to
Instead
the old
Instead of
church.
dropping us off at the front of town, he could have, dropped us off at the garage where he's keeping the car, which is up
Nah.
here.
You didn't specify where you wanted him. We can say as he's just sitting there ready to get going. You guys can say you drive, but all right, to the old church. So, what is left of the old church stands at the end of a crooked, dingy street. The ruins are so weathered and overgrown with greenery that the gray rubble seems more like natural stone than former walls and foundation, despite the fact that there's slanted roofs and what remains of a steeple. Broken shards of glass, Hold on, this music is way too jovial. Let me set the mood just a hair. Boom! Existential dread. My favorite, my go-to. Alright. You pass a slumping wall bearing a white painted symbol. Apparently freshly swabbed. 3 Ys arranged in a triangle, so that the top elements of each Y touch the other 2. In the center of the triangle is a white, staring eye. And I will give you all handout 8.
Gotta paint what it looks like. Why?
Show to everyone.
Oh.
Teenagers.
Hey viewers, this is pretty cool. If you could see it.
Yeah, I
Oh.
just basically showed on screen. You guys
Oh, I
should
see,
see
I
with
see,
the
I
with the
see.
weird
Yeah.
lag. Cool.
Oh.
So you're at the, or at least I assume. Is everyone there? I'm only seeing 2 tokens, unless one of you is under another.
I think
He's
mine might be under one.
Okay.
he
I think
is
I
under
barely
me.
I think I barely see it. Okay. There it is. Okay. So you're all there at the entrance. You see the stone with the weird painting in front of it. Well, how would you like to proceed?
I'm gonna do what I do best and sneak around.
Is that really what you do best?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
that is what I do best.
It's at the top of the hill, surrounded by what looks like forest.
Okay, can I roll a stealth check?
Is there a door I can go in?
It is. The door is broken off its hinges. It's lying several feet down this where the steps end, and is just covered in moss, and some bits of gravel and weeds are just poking out of what remains of the old wooden door.
Dreadful
Give me a-
place.
Yeah, it's the sound of cityscape is definitely behind you. You don't even hear many birds. It's just a very eerie silence. So, Mr. Biggs, give me a stealth check if you would. Oh dear.
I did it.
I think you also did it with bonus or penalty because I'm seeing 2
Did
pairs
I?
of dice.
Oh wait, how do I do that?
But it is saying 48 versus 75. So you succeed. All right. You sort of
Wait, how
crouch
do you
down at the eye in
un
the
bonus
middle.
penalty? What? How do I do that?
I just saw it just says regular stealth check 48 versus 75. I just saw 2 pairs of dice fly on my screen.
Whoops, whoops, whoops. Why'd I click that? What does that mean?
3.
3. I don't know how. I think I'll just count the first roll you got. So a 48. So you succeed.
Okay.
So you crouch down, the eye in the middle of your screen goes silent as you feel confident that no one sees you aside from your 2 companions, which watch you squat down.
What are you doing?
Ruin stealth.
I'm showing the whole point. I'm sneaking around.
Why would you need to sneak?
Can
I'm
I
leveling
listen for
up my
anything going on
abilities.
around here?
I don't think this building's very safe. It's
Yeah, it
Come on,
is.
Larry.
Does look
structurally
quite crumbly.
sound.
Can I listen for anything inside this thing? Inside this place? See if anything's
Where-
going on.
Where are you going to do so?
Well, I'm at the door. I just want to listen if there's anything like actively happening in there. Any noises?
Sure, give me a listen check. All right, sweet. Mark down stealth and listen for you guys. Guys, I need to drink water. Water. Sweet.
All right.
So you successfully listen.
I didn't realize how good
Inside?
at listening I am too.
Inside, you don't hear anything. It sounds just as silent as it does outside.
All right, sounds safe to go in.
Could I assess the building? Is it not gonna collapse on us?
You're an architect, aren't you?
Yeah, that's my
Alright,
whole deal.
Yes. Give me. Is there a skill for that? It wouldn't be appraised, would it? Like the quality of the type of building?
Maybe.
I'll look at either spot hidden or any check you think would fit said.
Pick your best
know.
like
I
perception.
feel like education.
If you do like
would-
shotgun or something,
Well, I feel like an education check or intelligence, just because it's
would
my
be archaeology.
No.
Archaeology, no.
I don't think so.
Mm,
It is ruins technically.
Technically. That'd probably be more for identifying the
Just
symbol or
give
something.
me a spot hidden for the sake of simplicity.
Well, I was trying to say that I feel like education was closer, just because it's the thing I studied, right? Not
Yeah, give me
necessarily
an ability check. Sure, education sounds good.
Yeah. Ooh.
Dang.
By the slim stuff, Mark.
Every time you always do it so close.
That's right.
All right, well, you succeed. It does. It's odd. It looks old. It definitely has crumbled a lot in the past, and you're unsure exactly how safe it would be to walk into this type of building. You don't know if there's a floor beneath what's on the level floor, but you're assessing the outside or the inside as well.
Well, I'm just standing on the outside right now, like looking at it.
All right. Outside, it looks pretty worn down. So from the outside, it looks fine. Nothing's fallen or nothing looks like it's cracking or about to fall. But you definitely don't trust it.
I'd be careful in there.
All right.
Could
Roof's
be
a roof.
rotting wood or something. Try not to
Is
fall to the
the
floor.
front door locked?
No, the front door is like on the ground, covered in weeds
Oh,
and dust
I
and
see.
things.
It's not locked.
Door. Okay, so
Or can I
Real
unlock it
shame. Looks like it was a nice building once.
once?
so you guys go in.
I go in
I will go in.
I'll go into
Alrighty.
sneakily.
Oh no.
All right.
Boss music starts playing.
A Dark Souls health bar shows up. What? Okay.
The door
Dean's
comes up off the ground and closes.
fixes itself back and starts crumbling. That would be cool. However, not a part of this adventure. So, the inside of this church is made up of a single chapel room. The roof is mostly collapsed, leaving collapsed sections and half-burned timbers and blocks of granite strewn around this room. A small amount of open floor is covered up in a tattered rug. Mostly rug. On the ground. Covered by pews, rocks, and rubble. Anything you want to do?
Can I explore the main
Yeah, of course.
pew?
I want to see if there's any like hidden alcoves.
altar.
So the two of you behind him see him cautiously step inside. You hear your foot heavily creak on the weakened floorboards. But other than that, everything seems to be okay. And the rest of you follow in?
I want to check for like hidden alcoves, maybe under the rug, see if there's a trapdoor anywhere, things like that.
Sure, give me a spot hidden. And
I'm not very good at that.
again
Ooh,
with the 2 dice, but it should say
pushing
fail.
it. I'm pushing it.
You're pushing it.
With your 25?
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay. Before we get to whatever happens with Mr. Biggs.
Get eye strain. They fall out of your head.
Oh, that brings back memories.
Eye.
Mr. Patterson. Sorry, I'm trying to learn everyone's names. Is there anything you
Yeah.
want to do, Bryce?
Well, I'm just kind of like standing in this like building that I kind of don't want to be in, but
Yeah.
well, I
You
guess.
definitely-
It's too poor for his taste.
You guys.
Well, no, I'm the architect, so I'm kind of like admiration, but it's clearly like unkempt, and some teenagers drew some graffiti on the wall. You know. It's just, but
Did any of you happen? Did you? No one investigated it, did they?
No,
Investigated what?
The weird triangle thing.
no, I
Ah.
just assumed it was teenagers, but
Yeah, that's fair.
I
Okay.
mean, what are we gonna investigate about it?
right.
I don't
Well,
know. I thought someone had said
I
something.
will sort of ask to the others, like, what were we trying to find here?
More information about the
I'm just looking
house
for
because
clues.
it's somehow connected to this
How it's
place.
connected to the heavens I am. So Biggs.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see any secret alcoves. Any alcoves that there would have been in the walls are probably crumbled, and the pews aren't like affixed to the floor, but they are above the rug. The pews are like old wood, so it's easy enough to lift them up, and you pull aside the rug, and you notice as all 3 of you are in this chamber. Bryce, where are you standing? Were you investigating this building? at all?
I would investigate. After he was done with that, I was going to go up to the, I guess, the stand in the or whatever that's called.
All right.
I can't remember what that's called here. It's not the altar. It's,
Yeah, I wanted to say altar too, but I'm like, what?
It's not the. I'm gonna look it up.
Is it?
Actually, no. I have too much stuff going on. Okay. One of you guys can. All right. Sweet. So you don't see anything
Pulpit.
underneath.
yes, the pulpit.
Pulpit. There we go.
I'll go up to the pulpit and I guess like look through maybe if there's any like old papers or just anything of note up in that area.
Okay. So. All right. So Biggs, as you're looking underneath the rugs, you don't see anything, but the constant movement of everyone walking around, and as you sort of look up, not seeing anything, Patterson begins to walk towards the pulpit?
The pulpit.
And you notice, you look back down at the floor again, there's a loose enough space between each board to where this floor is hollow. There's a cold air that hits you in the face, and the floorboards begin to creak, break, and suddenly it collapses beneath you all. I need everyone
All of
everyone except Sky, because you failed a pushed roll, to give me first a luck check.
Ooh, wee.
I'm lucky.
Dang!
You're both lucky.
Nice. All right. So
This game is biased.
you failed a push roll. So
Yeah.
You were trying to push a 25.
Hey, I got a 25% chance.
So,
like
A
those
1 in
odds.
4.
so Howard,
I like
you're
those
just enough away from the center of this room as it collapses. So like, whoa! You steady yourself, and Irvin, as you're walking up, you're looking around. The floor collapses beneath you as you're about to step over into this pit. You step back and that could have been really bad. So now Jeremiah, I need you to make a jump roll at extreme difficulty.
Extreme
Yes.
jump. Oh no. Dang. 4?
How do you have a 4 in jump?
I have a
See,
20 in
my
jump, but
jump
it's extreme
character build
difficulty.
idea didn't sound so
Oh.
terrible now.
So I think extreme divides your skill by 5.
Yeah, it's a fifth of your base value.
It's tough.
Yeah, so it's typical to have a pretty low extreme score.
I'm gonna expend my luck. 16 luck.
Okay, 16 luck it is.
Oops.
I
I
know
did not
you-
mean to click that. I did not mean
Oh.
to click that.
Well, hey, you got a 16. That's pretty good.
Whoa.
All right,
For extreme luck too.
all right,
I'm
sweet.
running low on luck,
So-
my guys.
So the floor collapses beneath you, leaving this huge hole into some weird basement below. You jump just barely enough out of the way to grapple on to what remains of the carpet. He's holding, and you're hanging there. What are the rest of you doing as you're seeing the carpet slowly begin to tear away at his weight?
I'll help him.
I guess we'll
I think
pull
I'm
the
bigger
carpet
than-
up
I think
to
I'm
help
bigger
him
than
up.
both of you.
Ouch.
I guess so.
What,
I had stepped so the floor had collapsed in front of me, and I turned to warn the others as he's already falling into a pit.
Yeah.
Like whoa, whoa, whoa! And I'm kind of
All right.
going over.
Make me some. Let's do strength, or strength or body. Your choice.
Strength or body, whichever one's
Wait,
Strength
stop.
or body?
Where's
body.
Yes. I guess
mean
body would
size?
just be use your size, your
Yeah.
physical weight to pull back, or strength if you're trying to use your muscles and pull them up. Hey, nice. All right. Oof.
Can I? What?
That's 39 luck points. I see.
Very strong there, Irvin.
How do I push rolls?
Ah.
Do you want the
41, you mean? Not
Okay.
39.
So you can push rolls if you can give me a reason why your character would do such an activity. So you try to grab at the carpet, and your fingers your hands slip. Your hands start to become sweaty as the intensity of this moment starts to really sink in. Your heart starts to pump and adrenaline starts to kick in as you start to see the carpet begin to tear. You're just about to, Howard Hudson is holding him just barely enough to like keep him balanced. But if you want to push the roll, then you can. But give me a reason or a logistical. How would he push this roll? How would he go about doing so to
I don't
reprimand
know
what
if he would.
felt?
Well,
Either try and grab the carpet again, grab Howard.
I'm not gonna grab Howard. I'm gonna
I
try
push
to grab.
Howard.
He doesn't want-
I'll just try to
Long
grab the
live the
carpet again
king.
because
Okay, so you're pushing it.
someone's about to fall into a basement. I don't want him to do that.
Okay, so remember, before you do this, I want to make it clear. Pushed rolls, if you fail, bad things happen.
I don't know if I would actually push the roll.
You can.
Howard
It's
can.
it's another roll.
Climb.
You know what? Actually, you only live once. I'll
Drag me
push
into
this
this.
roll.
Yes.
So,
All
what do I
right.
do?
I die.
You guys are getting adventurous. I love it.
So do I just re-roll for a push roll?
Yeah, reroll.
I have to beat
It's a
50, so it's
50-50 chance.
50-50
Yeah, it's
chance.
50-50. Let's see if the odds are in your favor.
Whoa,
you got
Howard.
it!
Yeah!
Nice. All right. You lean over, wiping your hands off a little bit. You join Howard, and you grab onto him. You both pull him up. Jeremiah, your heart is racing. There's a huge room beneath you, and as you pull him back up to the first story, you all peer in. There looks like there's an entire basement section. That was like 10, between 10 and 15 feet. It would have been a bit of a drop.
I have a kerosene lantern.
Nice.
Look around for stairs or a ladder.
I wanna
Easy
check
enough
the
to
outside in case there's. Never mind.
Uh,
You got it.
I mean,
Go ahead if you want.
I was gonna look for like a cellar entrance, but if we already see like stairs or a ladder, then
All right. Well, easy enough to look around. A place that looked like it had or would descend into a downstairs area is completely filled with rubble. It was easy to miss, and I'm not asking to roll for this because there is like an obvious section of the floor carved out in the section of the room that is just filled with rubble.
Well, is it like a pile that we can go down, or is it like
No,
in
it's
the
like-
middle of the room? Or
It's at the far end towards, I guess, let me see, towards
the
this side.
pulpit?
Yeah, towards the left, I guess. If you're facing the pulpit, it'd be
Wait.
to the immediate left. So it's
Okay.
like down, and then down towards like the main area, and then it turns, and then it goes down again. But that's full of a collapsed section of the wall, one of the one of the
it's like in a video
columns.
game
Yeah,
where they don't want you to go somewhere.
yeah, it's like
You can't jump over a fence.
yeah, invisible wall pretty much, but flavored, filled with rubble.
Well,
Sure, go there, right?
They're big pieces of rubble. If you would like to, you
You
can
can crawl down
try.
the rubble.
It's overfilled. It's a mound covering and filling the stairs.
It's a mound. You can go down a mound.
how far down is the basement from where we
I don't
are?
think
How
it's
big of a drop is it?
10 feet.
10
that you
feet.
can guess, yes. Between 10 and 15, yeah.
How long is this
From
carpet?
just it's pretty big. It's like more of a giant rug that encompasses most of this room.
So it's a 10-foot drop from where we are to the basement
Yeah.
floor.
Where you are, basement floor, 10 feet drop.
Okay, it's not horrible. Knowing a 10-foot drop's not that bad.
so my character, I feel like.
The thing is, if we go down, is there a way to get back up? That's the biggest concern right now. Does anyone have
Yeah.
rope?
If only I
No.
invested into my woodworking skills.
I will take a picture of the basement though,
Okay.
just to.
Then give me a photography roll.
We'll see if I do any better this time.
39,
I
that should succeed.
succeeded.
Alright, sweet. Make sure to mark that off in your character sheet.
Mhm.
Photography,
Nice,
photography.
While he's doing that,
So-
though, yeah, there is a basement. I still wanted to see if I found any papers up near the pulpit.
Right,
So
right.
I'll go, but I'll be careful not to. This time I'll be careful.
All right, yeah, you scoot around the edges, and as you're looking at the pulpit, you don't. There is like an old book, but as you turn the pages, it just crumbles to dust in your hand. A lot of it's just covered in cobwebs and odd spiders skitters across the wooden surface, and you recoil a little bit, but there's nothing legible or useful at all. It just seems, if it could be legible, you imagine it's probably just a lot of religious hoopla. Nothing readable that you can see.
No matter.
And as you're looking, as Howard, you're reeling in the almost dropping and seeing one of your allies drop into a basement. Jeremiah, as you snap a picture, momentarily illuminating the basement below. We're gonna go for break. Sounds good, everyone. So,
Good.
I will see you all in 10 minutes. It's gonna be 10 minutes.
Yep.
See you then.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you in a bit.
See ya. There we go. Now we can hear myself. I think Sky is still missing.
For
So
now.
we will wait until he gets back.
No
But
worries.
we're all back. We're all here.
All on time.
All 3/4 of us. That's fine.
I know.
That's fine.
That's
He's
the
enjoying
majority.
his break. How was your guys' break?
Good. I had a sandwich.
Heck yeah. I had the driest chicken nuggets I've ever had in my entire life.
Looks like the stream's already going.
Sounded like you wasted your break.
Yeah, well, yes it is, but I don't want to start just yet because
But it's already.
I know
yeah,
it's already
going.
I know it's already started. But I'm just
But the viewers. Wait a second.
but the viewers.
So you're telling me we just
Hey.
climb down this pile of rubble?
No, not from there. You'd have to go from the giant hole in the floor. There is an
So-
entrance that you guys made. It's literally a giant mass of rubble covering the hole that used to be a stairway down. It's like a long opening in the floor that goes down into the story below.
So
Man,
was the
how
stairway
mad would
like
you be if we just
in the way?
ignored all that work? It's like, nah, not gonna go down there.
Hey, there
Hey,
he
he's
is.
back.
I'm
What's
back.
up? All right, now we can officially start.
Cool.
In any case, no. Either way, the stairway from your end is blocked off.
What do you mean from
Through
my
the-
end? Didn't Bryson just go around to the other end of the church?
Yes.
So we could go to the other end
However-
of the church and just.
Yes, but the stairway is blocked. Even
This is-
from both sides of the church, it's still blocked.
We got him in the
So-
corner, boys.
It will just be
It's
a layer
what's-
on top of the stairway, right?
So this is probably
Nope.
a bad time to ask this question.
Yes.
But how exactly do you figure out what equipment your character has?
Oh,
You buy it.
So a lot of your equipment is just assumed by whatever your asset value is. It's things your character would be able to afford, stuff that your character is assumed to have. At the start of this venture, you're allowed to have a certain number of items, objects that your character would be able to reasonably carry on them and both afford.
I thought it was tied to
I
your,
think it's not asset value.
how
I
much
think
you could like
asset
cash
value.
afford.
Your
Because there's
spending
a
level?
list in the back of
I
the
think
book here.
spending
that,
level.
Okay.
Bryson
can
was
look.
so rich he ran out. He just stopped wanting to buy things.
Well, I just like, okay, I have all
You
this
know, he
like
didn't buy
really
these
rope
assets.
or
I'm like, okay, get a
equipment, you know,
house,
Right.
get a car, get like
Cash,
clothes and things,
Spending
that kind of
level
stuff
is
there.
what your character has on you at any given time in a day. And cash is a monetary value that you have that can fluctuate. It can go up or it can go down. If you receive some cash, then it's given to your cash. Or at least this is how I'm interpreting it as the DM. The assets is a level that your character is basically like their yearly expected salary, I think. And it's stuff that your character would be able to afford within that value. So for the sake of economy, for the sake of starting with items, it's stuff that your character would be able to have
Oh,
on
no.
them within reason.
My
Okay.
yearly was like $20.
For now, you did just get a job. You have $20 in cash, so
Mm-mm. I have $2 in cash.
well, you were each given $20 at your meeting
Oh,
with
yeah.
Mr. Knott. So
Oh.
be sure to add that in.
How much were we given?
$20 at first, and
I
then there's
didn't
a
hear that part.
well, you did now. So I don't
just
think you. I think it was
increased
in the
my
10
worth
minutes
by
that was cut off for the
500%.
stream. So the missing 10 minutes, the lost episode. Yeah. There's gonna be theories about what happened.
What happened?
What happened
We all
in the
introduced
lost?
ourselves and
I think they might have.
We had to all put our human masks on. That's what happened.
Yeah. In any case, you're here
I just
now.
have a mask. I had to put full skin suit on, you know?
Well, you know.
All right, so you're staring into a giant hole that leads to what looks like a basement area, hidden beneath the floorboards of the first story.
Does
How would
anyone
you like
have
to
rope?
proceed?
Maybe I have rope. I don't know.
Yes, we
I didn't get that far.
Gazing into an abyss.
DM, can I roll to see if I have rope?
Wait, what happened when he took the picture?
It's only 10 feet. Yeah, what happened?
Yeah.
It lit up the area.
You know, what did he see
True.
in that
That's true.
flash?
I did
It
see
is a
that.
big room. However, you do see from the flash that in the momentary, very brief flash that you were all able to see. Give me a. It's not perception. Give me, I
No
guess.
horrible monsters.
There
Give
you
me a
go.
check. What's the?
Spot
it's not really.
hidden.
It's not really spot hidden. You just sort of
Well, that's
see
really
it.
the
Nothing's
only
hidden.
thing.
Yeah, I know. Okay, yeah.
Track?
Give me a
Spot hidden.
spot hidden. Yeah, perception D&D rules. Give me a swim check, everyone, just for kicks and giggles.
I'm not very good at this.
I'm great at it.
Spot hidden. Nice.
Whoa, nice.
Nice.
And you also succeed. So if you don't have those already, I think everyone succeeded at least once in spot hidden. So be sure to
Oh,
mark those
now
down
I
in your
did.
character.
I have not.
All right, well, mark it down on your sheet. That's great. All right, so in the momentary flash, you can see the bottom. You can see the basement story is mostly
Jeremiah failed.
everyone
He
else
was
because he was
looking in the camera,
focusing
you
into
know.
the camera, right? So the
True.
flash, the picture comes out, and it needs to be, what's the word? Not a
No, he could probably just look at the picture he took.
yeah.
Well, he has to develop it.
It needs to be
Develop it.
developed.
Had to
Develop
develop
it
it.
first. Not adapted. That was a weird word. So you guys were both able to see in a momentary flash. The bottom floor is a little less dirty than the floor above, since less rubble was actually hitting it. But you're able to see just some chairs strewn about. It looks like an office area that was long since abandoned. And because you got an extreme... Actually, you both got really high levels of success. So you both are able to see just the slightest and very briefest image of what looked to be a foot.
Did you see that?
Is that a foot?
There's
was
a
like-
foot down there.
You know, I think I'm gonna go down there. You guys can. Are you
Teenagers.
willing
Teenagers.
to pull me up if I go down?
They're the
Uh,
guys that caused
we-
this giant pile of rubble to block the stairs conveniently.
Yeah, the
How'd they do
teenagers.
that? Teenagers. They vandalize.
Do I see a safe
Aw.
place to land? It's only 10 feet down. I could like hang off the edge.
Yeah,
and
with
drop.
some care, it would have been some damage had you abruptly fallen through the floor, but now that you're actually able to see and sort of calculate your jump, even with this very small light that is peering through the top of, the ceiling, you're able to... Give me a luck roll, actually.
Luck.
Yeah.
Whoa!
That's the worst you can fail.
Ooh!
Wait, why do I need luck?
Ooh.
Because it's... I looked at, like, the positioning of this hole in the roof, and even though it bleeds into the floor,
I have a carrot.
it's kind of at an angle. If you do it with rope, I'll let you do it with a bonus die. But with the luck, it's more of just, it's dark space. Even though with the brief flash, you won't be landing on anything or anyone. Hopefully not. It's still dark, and you'll need the slightest bit of luck to sort of
Or a bit
properly
of
calculate
light.
your landing, or a bit of light if you'd
I
like
have a
it.
kerosene lamp.
All right, light it up. You do it.
Light the
Give
kerosene.
me another D10 roll, but use the tens die. That'll be your bonus die.
Wait, what?
I
It's
think you
the-
can also click bonus / penalty on the thing.
Where?
It
Underneath
underlines
what you roll.
both of them. I'm not sure how that works, but sure, give it a shot.
Wait,
Or just
bonus?
roll.
Where's the bonus?
You
Just
click
roll a
the-
D10.
Yeah.
Okay, roll D10. 1.
Oof. So it reduces your roll by 90. So it'd be your 10. That's your 10% die, and it reduces that. Or wait, I think. Oh, what's the rules on bonus and penalty? Okay, so that would actually make it into success because a 1 represents, it would make it into a 10, I think. So cool. You roll a 10, you got an extreme success. So you hop down with the amount of light they're able to form. It's a bit of a drop, but you steady yourself, and you're now within the basement area of whatever horrible place this is. Does anyone follow him? The lantern light is able to illuminate the surrounding area.
Well,
I'll
I
tell
would have
you-
waited for him to land first,
All right.
and then be like,
What about you, Biggs?
Wait,
You okay
before you
down
come
there?
down here, let me
Right.
look for a way to get out of here.
Yeah. Getting down.
okay.
We don't all
Oh,
want
you
to be
guys
trapped
don't want
down
to
here.
be trapped down there? All right.
I'm gonna
Good
look for any
thinking
sort of
ahead.
like rope or anything else that we could
Is
use.
there something I can
Yeah, I'll
stack
do
up
that.
against the wall? Like
Sure.
the pews?
We have pews. We could like make a ladder of pews, I guess. I don't know.
All right, Geronimo. Bam.
All
All right. So before that, since Howard, you hopped into the hole. So you fall into a part of the basement that looks like it was sealed off from the rest of this building. Originally, it was separated by stairs that is now buried in tons of rubble. Within this room, next to a cabinet, it's a wide room, but mostly barren. You see overturned tables, destroyed chairs, stuff that looked like, considering the raid that you guys now know of, was probably ransacked in some way, or something happened to where this room was thrown apart in kind of a blind panic. Within this room, next to a cabinet, are two skeletons, dressed in tattered silk robes.
Silk.
Tattered,
That's the
dusty,
important part.
cobwebs covered
Not the two skeletons.
robes.
Silk
But
is
yes,
silk.
Free stuff.
Look through their pockets.
look, clothing is clothing. Okay, so while you're doing that, taking a moment to take your surroundings, what are the rest of you doing?
I'm looking for any sort of rope
Right,
or something
rope.
that can be used.
The curtains.
Give me
Yeah,
a
something
throw
can be
curtains.
used. I don't think I trust the
Take
curtains,
down the curtains.
but I don't know if I trust curtains to hold myself up with.
If you would like to use the curtains, you can. But
I'll
if you're
go
looking
with
for
the
rope,
curtains.
give me a luck roll.
Okay. Whoa, baby!
Whoa!
Did this church have a bell?
Oof! Any bell that it would have had would have probably been lost on the steeple.
Yeah, with
But-
its rope. In case you need an idea of where
I was
rope
just
would
gonna-
come from
you're right,
in this
no.
church.
You're right. Yeah, but there's like coils of rope just hanging around. Yeah, which is what I was gonna say. But you're
They
right. There is,
happen to be rope makers.
I mean, if they have
Well-
curtains like that draw, they can
Yes,
always cut
there
ropes
are-
that draw.
There are long ropes, dusty and probably a little bit dry. Some of the strings have been sort of plucked from the middle, but it's rope. It's serviceable. You see some from the curtains, and there is a bell outside from the section of wall that was crumbled. In the bit of the steeple that had collapsed a long, long time ago, you are able to see where the bell landed. It's rusty, it's overgrown with moss, there's some shrubberies by it, but there is like a broken off portion or a piece of rope that's about your best guess with a critical success is just long enough to service whatever you need to do. So about 10 feet.
Nice.
Okay.
Just
It'd have to be
perfect
more than
enough
10.
to reach the bottom. It'd be like dangling in the middle, just high enough to reach.
Yeah.
You have to tie it to something.
Right.
Yes, I do have to tie it off to something. What's
But it's still like
something-
long enough to like dangle for you guys to reach up.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I need to find. I want to find something
You love hearing
that
chewing.
I can tie it off to. That it won't. That won't be too light. That will pull it in with us.
All right. Yeah, there's rubble placed everywhere within the immediate vicinity in this room. So yeah, absolutely it's serviceable. Tug the rope, and there's a good 6 feet dangling inside.
Okay.
If you're not like crazy nymph short, then yeah.
Okay. I will head down then.
All right.
How tall is Bryson's character?
Very not tall. Very short.
Reaching up, is he at least
About
4
nymph
feet?
tall?
I'd say 4'2". That's how tall he is.
Okay, reaching up, you should be able to reach up and grab hold of it. So,
I
Gotta
think
make
4'2"
those 2
is
inches
too
matter.
much. No, I
hey,
think
it's how you
4'2".
use it. All right. So, is there there is a climb skill? Yes,
There
it's
is.
applicable. Give me a climb roll.
Oh yeah, I'll climb
yeah.
down with him.
All right, climb roll.
So I'll also.
Oh no! Oh no! That's real bad.
Ooh.
Hey, you're
I'm gonna use luck on that one.
You want to use 74 luck? Or
Well,
how much is that?
I'm going to use.
He's after me, so he could use 6.
Right.
I'm not
Shoot.
using luck.
Jump
Okay.
down.
I'll use 6 luck,
I didn't have to do anything for jumping down.
and I just.
You
take
had a
that out of
bonus
my
die.
luck,
You
right?
had some luck, so yeah,
So
you
6.
got lucky. So yeah, 6, you succeed. As it's tied off, you're going after Biggs, right?
Yes.
All right. Your time in PE, Biggs, was probably not the greatest time of your life. Definitely not the most interesting.
PE.
PE,
Going
physical
back to
Did
education.
they have PE?
They had
in
physical education classes
1920
back then.
school?
Yeah.
You know what PE was? The war.
That's for adult education.
Whoa.
How to shoot things. I'm pretty confident. Were there PE physical education classes?
Maybe they instituted it so that people could prepare for the war.
Guys, if I just roll the
Gotta
strength
start
check,
them
the
young.
strength is
Didn't need PE.
65.
You just lived on a farm. That's what it was.
Yeah, probably.
So it'd be
Had to do manual labor.
Okay,
all
yeah. Okay, so there definitely were physical ed classes. Okay,
Okay.
sweet.
I'm using luck, so.
Woo! You're using
We're
luck,
learning
I
about
know
this
you.
era in history.
but
We are educational.
in terms of Jeremiah, it was never your strong suit. And as you begin to like step down, clambering to the rope, begin to climb down, and your hand slips as you're about halfway down. It's a 5-foot drop, really nothing terrible, but you land on your rump and you're sore a little bit. Gah! Ouch!
You know what's really bad? Strength is my second best ability.
Ooh, that is
I have a 65.
That's rough.
Got 65 strength.
Sweet.
So
So you're
it's
all
all
down there now, and you see
Nice.
basically the same things that Howard saw. And
So,
you were rooting
about the
around in their
foot?
pockets.
Yes.
The foot?
The foot was like basically human bone,
Oh, skeleton.
skeleton foot.
Skeletal
Yeah.
foot.
I
So,
am now grave robbing.
give
Thank you very
me-
much.
If no one's, I mean,
So do I see him just
yeah,
pilfering
Yeah.
these corpses?
yes you do.
What are you doing?
What do you mean? What am I doing? We're not all
What?
rich.
Don't do that.
Why not?
I feel like it's not legal, actually.
How so?
As you're having this discussion, you hear a crack outside, and drops of rain begins to patter down
The
into
old
the
lady.
section where you are from the outside, from the collapsed section of the roof.
Do I find anything in their
It
pocket?
better not flood.
Give me a spot hidden.
Oh, yay. I love spot hidden.
You're good at those.
Dang, nice.
Nice.
All right, yeah. With that level of success, you see a relatively nothing crazy on them in terms of like monetary value, but one thing, as you're shifting aside one of the skeletons, their bones sort of rattle, and now they're just laying on top of each other. You see an old leather-bound journal that looks in better condition than most of the other papers and books in this chamber, and definitely in better conditions than what Mr. Patterson had found on the pew. Not pew. What was it again? The pulpit.
Pulpit.
Yes.
Most of the other, it was clutched in one of the arms of the skeletons that it was like awkwardly placed behind its back, leaning up against a rock, which you had to shift to even see.
Well, I take it.
Yeah, you like whoop. It's yours
Sleight
now.
of hand it.
You're trying to hide it from the other players.
I mean, I want it.
We found
No,
our
it's
antagonist.
Give me, if you want to, you can make a. There is a sleight of
I
hand
would,
skill, yeah.
I would love to make a sleight of hand check just so I can check it off.
Go ahead, man. While
Well, I would love
Jeez.
to make a. Oh,
Go
I already
ahead.
have spot hidden. Never
Can
mind.
I make a spot hidden check?
It doesn't matter.
Try and spot against my sleight of hand.
if
Hey. Look at that boy!
whoa! Oh my gosh!
I guess I'll make a spot hidden.
How many ones have you? Who rolled the other one?
It was me.
Oh my gosh!
Double one.
That's insane! That's awesome! Good
You
job!
just
Wow,
have
you
to
beat a
complain
25.
A 1 versus a 25, and then a 5 versus a 75. You know, what's more impressive?
You
A 1 is always more impressive. Doesn't really
one,
matter.
you got a on spot hidden. You actually rolled. Oh, I mean, on sleight of hand, you got an extreme success, and Jeremiah got a critical success. So technically, his level of success is higher than yours. So while Mr. Patterson is watching you like, this is wrong, you like very expertly take the book and hide it beneath your coat. The movement is caught by Mr. Biggs. You can decide to do what you want with that information, Mr. Biggs.
Just cardboard case.
Instantly
You
camera.
take a picture?
No,
Okay.
I won't take a picture.
Take a picture
but
of
I
Hobo
will- I will-
shoving a book under his coat.
Just some
I-
random hobo.
This will be
Jeremiah-
famous in many years from now.
Jeremiah is like a little bit flustered because he's trying to like take pictures of this like space, but everyone's rifling through stuff, and he's trying to like get the pictures like of the crime scene.
Right.
Take pictures of our illegal actions.
Evidence later in case I need dirt.
Just in case.
I see there's no place to check off credit rating for a skill check. I can't improve
No.
that.
Sorry. Unless something very specific happens.
Hmm.
Like you become employed.
Get adopted
Seems to
by
only
a
Get
be
adopted.
All right, so
Any
I guess what is Jeremiah doing about me stealing this book?
I
I
don't
don't
say
know.
anything yet, but I'm gonna keep looking around.
Sure.
I'll keep looking at it.
Give me. This room. Okay, yeah. Those of you, except Hayden, Sky, and Bryson, both give me a spot hidden check. Since they were in the room after you had entered Howard, so you had pretty much
Ooh.
searched the entire room. The skeletons, the cabinets, were really the only thing interesting. And
So curious.
as for Mr. Biggs and Mr. Patterson, you don't want to use 75 luck points?
I don't have 75 luck points.
Okay.
Why is it rolling double for me though? It's really bugging me.
I don't know. That's strange.
Like,
It doesn't seem
my
to...
other one was a 19, but when I rolled the 1 the first time, my second one was a 3.
Yeah,
so
it's
that would have been great.
weird.
regardless.
Maybe there's like dice settings over... Maybe there's like an
'Cause
amount of dice you roll?
It didn't
I
do
don't
it
know.
until I clicked.
However,
changed, I think. Oh, well.
Mr. Patterson, since you got a hard success,
Yes.
you find in the cabinet, you open it up, there's an assortment of books, a lot of them illegible. The most intact one you find, you read, it looks like it's mostly in another language. It's read as The Liber in Vonus, and I'll copy and paste the title into our Discord.
Another language.
It looks the least damaged amongst everything here. Sweet. I just put it in the chat. Liber in
Is
bonus.
that like Latin?
Do you speak Latin?
No. There's not really a thing for that. There's own language.
There's like, I think there's other languages that you can put into.
Oh. I definitely didn't, I don't speak Latin. Why would I speak Latin?
I don't know.
Ah, that would have been funny. The hobo
Yeah, there's
that-
like language own and then language other.
Right. So I don't speak Latin.
Dead language. No one uses it ever. But you have a book and it's, as of now,
Are there pictures?
unlegible. There are pictures, yeah.
What
A
are
lot
the
of-
pictures?
A lot of the pictures, actually, let me look at the book just to give you a sense of detail. Okay, a lot of the pictures in this book you can't really make sense of. Give me an occult roll.
Cultural.
Occult.
Occult.
a cult.
Oh,
Ah, rats.
Dang.
You want to use 33 luck?
Color me surprised. No.
Yeah, a lot of these pictures, and you really can't make any sense of. There's some that look like your best guess would be like a ritual. There's circles with symbols placed around them, lines towards these symbols into the center. It looks like this weird spider web of jagged lines. Other pictures are just pictures and photographs of weird feathers, and other pictures entail humanoid arms and limbs, like that one. I think it's Michelangelo or something, like that weird four-armed one, the anatomy one. There's there's a lot of pictures of anatomy in here, and there's a lot of pictures of specifically like corvids and birds just speckled around, and you're really not sure what it means. You're definitely getting weird vibes from this book.
They sure like birds. Close this book.
Ornithology.
Back in the closet.
In fact, probably nothing useful.
Yeah, no, but that my character would do that because he's only here to like investigate a house. It's like, why do I care about birds?
Sees like a picture
Birds
of someone
and
getting their heart
anatomy.
carved out. No, it's
What a
fiction.
weird religion.
I was not the only.
Is there
Though I imagine.
would the symbol that was on the outside, that the triangle, right? Would that
Right.
be in this book?
Give me a luck roll. Man, I love luck. It's so much better than just perceptioning,
Yes.
like D&D.
If we ever do this again, I know which points to put things.
Luck is
Which
pretty
things
great.
to put points in. Dang. Could I use luck on that?
No. Luck, even more luck.
Even luckier.
Luckception.
Through a brief skim, I mean, all these pictures are kind of giving you weird vibes. There's birds.
Right.
There's pictures of like dead birds, dissected people, just body parts, and written in a language that you don't understand. There's, in a brief skim, you're not able to find it.
The book is grossing me out, so I will put it back.
Yeah, goes right
Unless
back on the
anyone
shelf.
stops me, but
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
Can I sneak it from him?
Well,
It looks expensive.
you can have the book. I don't care.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's right there.
Sleight of hand it away after he puts it back.
I haven't put it back yet, and you just take it out of my hand.
Disappears out of your hand.
Huh?
Well, we don't know if it disappears yet, or if everyone notices me like grabbing it and pulling.
If you're
I'll
trying
sort
to be
of
stealthy,
comment on it though. Like,
give me a sleight of hand check. But since everyone's watching, physically holding the book, you're gonna need an extreme success.
Extreme sleight of hand. Oh.
Okay.
Did I succeed at sleight of hand earlier?
I think you did.
You did.
Yeah, I did. So I'm gonna. I forgot
I'll-
to check it off. Okay.
Yeah. I'll let you know after the stream, anyways. Sweet.
well,
So yeah, you guys watch as Howard sort of walks up, places his hand on the other side of the book, and just sort of holds it there, tries to like tug it away.
you can have it.
Okay, I
There's
take
weird
it.
stuff in there though. It's kind of gross. Yeah.
It's probably worth something. Can I look through the book?
Sure.
You can. Is this like an in-depth look? That'll probably take you a couple, like maybe an hour or two. For a brief skim, I'll let you. What are you looking for?
Just a skim, find anything that looks really out of the ordinary in this out of the ordinary book.
Okay. Before we do that, Irvin, give me a sanity roll, and while you're doing that,
Things are heating up.
Jeremiah, is there anything you're doing at the moment?
Not finding anything apparently.
Yeah, you didn't.
But
See
after not
anything
finding
new.
anything, when Howard has the other book,
Did I address
will.
that before? I
Which one?
apologize if I skimmed over that. You said you
Oh,
were
the
looking for
failure?
stuff, but
I mean, I
you-
failed, so it doesn't matter.
okay. Well, you don't find
Um,
anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah. I will turn to Howard, who has a book, and I'll say, "Can I? Would you mind if I take a look at the other one you found?"
Well, you want to look at this one while I'm looking at it?
There we are.
I mean, the other one.
All right. Your sanity
no.
is reduced by 1 point, so be sure to take 1 point away from sanity. From all the disturbing, is it iconography? Like just photographs that were in there.
Iconography would be a pretty good word.
Yeah, iconography. I'm not sure if
Iconography is
that's
just
like
a good
imagery.
word overall, though. Like
Imagery.
is that imagery? Okay, I wasn't sure if that just referred to like what was drawn or what's actually photographed, but it doesn't matter. iconography works. Sweet. So you succeed. So he asked you a question.
What?
I asked Howard a question.
Yeah. I was gonna get to what Howard saw after this dialogue.
Hmm. All right, I guess sure. Knock yourself out. Give him the book. Look at the journal.
I will
Whatever.
look at.
Yeah,
let me know
Irvin
if
just
I'm
sees
fine.
like this brand new book appear out of. What the? Okay. All right. So I assume you're looking through the journal.
Yeah.
Sweet. So
I'm trying to determine who it belongs to.
alrighty. So first, Howard, your time in war has seen you a lot of grotesque imagery. People dying, your time in the trenches is cold, it was musty, screams gunfire, and kind of get this weird distant look. But as you look through the pictures, there is a lot of strange stuff. Give me an occult roll.
Ooh. I get to
Whoa.
mark that off.
Nice.
I think
Bro.
occult is one of them. There's like a couple skills that you can't mark off, but
Occult you
I'll
can.
allow for this
You
one.
can.
Mechanical.
Yeah, it's pretty much like Cthulhu mythos and credit rating.
Well,
it looks like.
Yeah. And I think education, not education,
Well, you
knowledge
can't go
or knowledge.
main ones.
What is it? It's language own that you can't mark off. I think.
Yeah, you can.
At least in the rules, it says
Of course
you
you
can't.
can. It says right
Oh,
there.
Well,
and-
right here, it lets me do it. So.
I'll look it up later. All right. So, with a success, a very impressive success, you, with not being able to really understand what you don't speak Latin, do you?
No.
I'd be more impressed if you could.
Good.
Okay.
Honesty.
I'd be
Not
worried.
giving your character skills you didn't have before.
Okay. Probably guess.
Yes.
Yes, I went to the Vatican and studied.
There's a lot of really strange things, especially in war, that you've seen. This book in particular seems, you can guess, is probably some kind of ritual that's committed. You don't speak Latin, so what do I give you? Probably has something to do with binding human and bird in a weird way through more religious means.
Well, there's lots of feathers. That kind of reminds me of that whole, ransacked apartment, Richard Gray, where feathers were strewn about when the reporter went to look at it. So,
And Jeremiah,
Did he say that or?
yes, he did.
No. Are you saying that? Your character.
Sure, I'll say that to them.
Okay.
I'll just be like, huh, this makes me think about that apartment that was ransacked with the feathers all over it.
okay,
That is
So-
odd.
as you take a moment
Probably.
to think, Jeremiah, as you're reading, skimming through are you reading it kind of thoroughly, checking it out, seeing who it belongs to specifically?
I'll look at every page.
Okay, just
but-
brief reading of each page. So,
Yeah.
the summary of what I can give you is the musty old journal falls to pieces as you begin to turn the pages, but the name Walter Macario catches your eye. An entry. Don't make me laugh as I'm reading. An entry records that Walter Macario was buried in the basement of his house in accordance with his wishes and with the wishes of that who waits in the dark. Another passage states, "I sense doom is upon us. Relocation is required."
Are these in the same handwriting?
Yes. Elegant cursive. It does not say who the book is from, though. You can guess these two cultists or these people bound in robes are probably the cultists of the one religion that was raided and ransacked. These two are
Yeah.
probably whatever
Silk
survivors that
Road.
locked themselves in the basement.
Hmm.
You can ascertain.
Yes. Weren't survivors for too long.
Why didn't they just use the stairs before they were blocked?
to have been blocked at the same time. Interesting. So it says he was buried in his basement. Or underneath his house, I guess. And it doesn't.
Is that he was buried under the house? Is that right?
That's what
Was
just
buried in
says
the
his
basement of his
wishes were.
house.
That
And then
is
it
lower
says,
property
in
values.
quote, it says, in
We
quote,
need to go get rid of that.
in accordance with his wishes and the wishes of that who waits in the dark.
Does he share this with all of us, or does he just?
I will share
You're
this with
reading
everyone.
this, okay?
What was that quote?
So there's two quotes. There's one sort of in the midsection.
Presume
that's,
upon us relocation is required. What's the other one?
in accordance with his wishes and the wishes of that one who waits in the dark. It's an odd statement that he was able to pluck out.
That lives in the dark?
Yes. I will
Waits
actually
in the dark.
Wait,
actually
no, that-
post it.
Doesn't live in the dark. He just waits there.
He just sort of sits there waiting. It's not exactly exciting.
It's his evening job, and then
Yeah.
his day job. He's a McDonald's
He's
cashier.
a cashier, I was about to say.
He's a waiter.
Yes, he's a waiter at McDonald's.
It's all about time of day.
Well, anyways, it's raining, so
It is beginning to rain,
I'm
and
gonna go
the
climb that rope
intensity is
and
beginning
go towards
to.
the
go.
house to try and find the old lady.
Okay.
Oh yes.
That's fair.
I'll keep looking around down here.
Do I have to make a climb check to get out of here?
Yes, but I'll grant you a bonus die because it's,
How do you do bonus die?
you. It's sort of like advantage in D&D. You roll the tens die again, and you take whatever the lower roll is.
Right.
Or I guess that'd be disadvantage, but it works more to your benefit because it's lower.
Well, roll D10.
Roll.
D10.
Sure, you don't want to use.
Well, 61?
that would
61
become.
luck points.
Yeah, you want to
I
use.
I guess
that
I
much
failed at climbing out of here. Can I try again?
Yeah. Rain begins to make it slick.
Can I try to lift him
You
out?
want to use that much? Want to use some luck there, buddy?
I don't think I have the luck to do that.
You can.
And we use luck rolls way too often.
If he's struggling to get out, I'll try to help
Absolutely.
lift him out.
How do you do so? Let him on your
Really
shoulders.
grasps his butt cheeks.
I'll give him like a hand up so he can like step on my hands,
You know,
Okay.
same-
like on
same
my
thing.
knee and then lift.
All right. You do so, and with ease, he's hoisted up. You're able to grab onto the edges of the carpet and the jagged edges of where the floor fell in, and you're able to push yourself up. And now you're onto the first story. That leaves the both of you down. Irvin, you were searching more down
Yeah, I
here?
was gonna take one last look around, but I will
Yeah.
try to get out of here soon.
Okay.
I won't leave before he leaves because I don't know if he
Okay.
can get out.
I'll just say with his aid. With his
Where do
aid.
you
I'll-
guys want to meet up if we end up separating?
Um,
Give me a spot hidden, Bryson, and continue.
can I do that as well? Because I was having the same ideas.
Yes.
Not that I'm very good at it.
I'm gonna go run towards the house to try and find the lady. Do you guys want to meet up somewhere afterwards?
Isn't the lady coming?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
the
why I'm
lady
trying.
comes through the house.
Yes, when it rains. So I'm gonna run over there to see if I can catch her before
Actually-
she gets.
That's a pretty good idea, and I'll go along with him. But especially since I didn't.
Well, you guys keep looking around for a sec.
All right.
All right. Well, yeah, keep looking around. Irvin, this place is relatively barren, and same with you, Biggs. Nothing exactly pops out that you haven't seen before. There's a bunch of old papers, old inkwells. You guess at one point that probably the police managed to burst down here and toss everything asunder and probably shoot these guys dead, and just sort of left them here for one reason or another. But something weird happened here, and you're not able to find anything definitive.
Yeah. All right, let's head out then.
All right.
Yeah.
Giving him a boost will just make him succeed. It's easy enough.
Okay.
And then,
No, I want to
Or-
roll.
hey, go ahead, make a climb
We
check.
want to make skill checks, Ray.
I want to make the skill checks.
Give me a climb roll if
Ooh.
you want to use 40
You
luck.
know what? Actually, I
We
think.
forfeit
Oh, he's
two.
doing it.
But no.
Are you? Oh, okay, fine.
40
If
luck
you push
points.
it, you don't get it. you know.
Okay, you slide down the rope. It burns your hands a little bit. Okay, and then you decide to help use your friend's help to get up
I
there.
look sheepishly at him, just like.
He's a really tall guy.
I am really tall.
As
I
you're
need to-
like 4'2", and you're like,
I need to
You're
fix
right.
that art. It'd be really funny just to like
"Oh."
make him a dwarf.
And to be
Okay.
fair, J Biggs isn't even like that tall. He's just pretty physically capable.
Yeah.
Because his size is only 55, but his strength and dex are both higher than that.
All right. Well, you
Size
help him up. easily enough.
only 55.
What's your size?
25.
It was really rough. I watched it happen. It was so oof.
Wait, your size is 25?
Yeah.
Mine is like 20. You should
How'd
also
you
be
guys
really
roll
short.
so terribly?
Size is like the only one I did bad on.
How am I more than both of you combined?
Oh my god. With Jeremiah's help, you're able to clamber up onto the first store landing easily enough. Biggs,
My turn.
unless someone assists you, like helps pull you
We're
up,
going for it.
doing the rope, I will grant you a bonus die because you've done it before. It's easily enough. You secured it as well.
I didn't get a bonus die.
Well, because you used, I was gonna give it to you, but you used you used your friend, so.
So I rolled 0.
You used him.
Hmm.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah,
The
so
only thing I
9.
do is ever is just
So
use people.
I rolled a d10, but when you click bonus, it has -1.
That's weird. I'm seeing a
But I
9.
guess it would have been 100 even if it was a 10. So I either got 90 or 100. Because my second number was a 0.
Yeah, it'd be taking the lower, so it'd probably be 60.
Yeah.
Okay. So you try to climb up. The rope is becoming slick, and because of its age, you see that part of it, unless you want to use luck, begin to snap in the middle.
Unless I want to have only 20 luck left.
We roll a d10 at the beginning of every session. I
I got
don't
3.
want you to not have luck points.
Can I try and help him up?
Yeah, absolutely. And
Oh, boy.
with also while using the help and using the rope as well, you make it up easily enough. For the sake of simplicity and story and time, it's you don't have to try a
None-
million times to get up there.
None of us successfully climbed this entire section.
The
I
rain
wanted
begins.
that-
The rain begins to
bonus.
hit you as you all stand here in the main area. So where is everyone going? Everyone's leaving
Towards
the
the house.
All going
So
to
are we
the
heading
house.
towards the house? Yeah.
all going towards the house.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay, just teleport there. Hold on, let me.
Like that would be a good place
A ruler.
to stop if we wanted.
I
to
do pull
stop
out an
soon.
umbrella.
Or
Blip, 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 blip. Okay, 30 or so minutes you get there, climbing down the trail.
You're saying we
leaving
can go through the woods?
It's still a downward slope through the thick woods. Anyhow, it'd probably take you a little bit, about the same time, 30 or so minutes. Added time. So you get there, and the rain. Actually, I have ambiance for this. Oof, boosh, rainy town.
I'll pull out my umbrella.
Umbrella. Oh geez, that is very abrasive. All right, feel free to raise and lower the volume at your leisure. Okay, so you make it there. The rain begins to get heavier as time goes on. You
It's raining.
end-
My camera's tucked in my coat. I've got an umbrella.
and let me find the front of the old Lucario house. So, nestled between two office buildings is an untouched, decrepit property Standing shrouded in darkness, mostly unkempt by towering trees and greenery, is a 2-story brick house with an A-frame styled roof. Windowed canopies line the 2nd story, as well as a larger one extending over wooden steps leading to the old home's porch. The tall metal gate stands with a chain and a padlock, keeping it shut just at the edge of the property. And as you all approach, there is an old lady standing right at the gate, hunched over with a hood drawn, just peering through the bars at the house. What do you do as you all approach?
Kick the lady.
Jeez!
No, of course not.
Dang!
Slowly approach, be like, hello.
Gah! I gotta improve my hand punching skills. Sorry, ma'am.
My brawling skills.
That's going to
I
guide
need my
the whole
shooting.
campaign, just random skills we're trying to get.
Can we stealth up to her?
You want to?
I would like to charm up to the lady.
I'd like to swim through the rainy environment towards
I'd
this
like
lady.
to jump my way over there.
What would your characters reasonably do in this scenario? As you all
Of
briskly
course,
make your
I
way.
would rifle/shotgun my way over.
This is
I would
TF2,
hobble
like
up
rocket
there.
jump your way over.
I'd probably just hobble up to her and say, like, hello there.
I can wear my hood now. Yeah. Okay, so you see an old woman covered in scarves and a long coat. She holds a walker with both hands and wears a sallow expression. Her gray curly hair is tied down with a black bonnet. And what is it you say as you approach?
Hello there.
She just turns and her body is like shaking a little bit. She looks at you. Greetings.
What brings you around here on this dreary day?
Just seeing old sights.
Good sights.
She looks up at the sky. Storm is getting more fierce.
That it is.
She pulls out from underneath one of her many scarves, revealing a small tattered coat beneath, revealing a small piece of bread. She begins tearing the bits off, as if she were like feeding pigeons or something, and begins gently, one by one, dropping the pieces of bread onto the wet concrete to get gross and nasty.
Who does that happen to be for?
The birds. They come when rain and dark and death come.
Kind of sounds like a day like today.
She just nods.
Do you happen to know anything about this old house?
She turns from the house. She nods.
Any stories you wouldn't mind sharing with me?
Would you like some tea?
I would love some.
She begins slowly turning after dropping the remainder of this piece of bread, which is about half torn, onto the ground, leaving it to get wet. She begins turning and she begins slowly, shakily walking away from the property towards the forest. With one hand, she follow.
Hobble after her.
Alrighty.
I'll follow as
I'll
well.
follow as well.
Alright. The rain pours, drowning out any sounds of pattering feet, the occasional car horn, horse, kids playing in the streets. Barely audible. It's like drums. And as she leads you towards the forest line, down a path through the dark, damp, and growing wetter forest, towards wherever she's going, to give you some tea. Meta! You guys are being meta! We are going to end the session there and pick up next time.
Nice.
Sweet! Alrighty,
Okay.
good session, everyone.
I have a conspiracy theory.
What? In this game?
This woman is Martha Ann.
Martha
one
and
can.
who?
Martha Ann Macario.
Macario's wife, the one that he supposedly
There's a
killed.
lot of
The one that is now
murdered,
missing?
dead people, old ladies
Believed
around
to be
you.
murdered.
There's a lot of old people. Heck, there's
I
a
know.
sanitarium.
That's my guess. That's my guess.
Well,
She's gonna turn into a bird.
and
There's
she,
definitely some bird people somewhere.
Bird people.
well, we
You
are gonna
laugh
have
now.
to see what.
You ever
We're gonna-
play Slay the Spire
It's no,
game?
No.
no.
got
I was
some
gonna say
bird
it sounds
people in it.
familiar, but
I've heard of it, but I don't think I played it.
well, in any case, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope the viewers in the future enjoy, and
Yes,
we'll
the
pick up
viewers.
next time, same time. Friday 6:30ish work for you guys.
Works for me.
Well,
I didn't
Now
use
standard time.
any luck.
rough town, but you guys did succeed in a lot of skills. Color me impressed. So we're going to be doing that next session. So until then,